senior athletes and their parents, and we will start with the senior football players. Our first senior football player is Hayden Anderson, whose parents are Stephanie Campbell, William Anderson. Hayden is a member of FCA, and his favorite memory from football is getting a turnover in his first game. He plans to graduate from Fremont, go to Ball State, major in meteorology and climatology, and his advice to underclassmen is 4 years go by fast, so just have fun. Our next senior football player is Brogan Blue, who's escorted by John Dean, Emily Dean, and Ryan Blue. Brogan's a member of the football team, basketball team, track team. He's a member of National Honor Society and Forever Improving Steuben County Together. His favorite memory from his sport is beating Prairie Heights and watching Coach Herndon and Drew Brosey get on all fours and start mooing at each other. Plans to go to college, and his advice to underclassmen is don't let fear stop you from getting outside your comfort zone. Our next senior is Austin Caskey, escorted by Jason and Wendy Caskey. Austin is a member of student council, football, member of the wrestling team, and 2-year golf team. His favorite memory from football is when Drew Brosey took Don Armstrong's ham sandwich before the game. He plans on attending Trine University and major in criminal justice, and his advice to underclassmen is never give up, even when you're tired. Our next senior is Wyatt Claxton, who's escorted by his mother, Ginger Claxton. Wyatt is a 4-year football member, 4-year wrestler, and a member of the track team. His favorite memory from sports is breaking the receiving touchdown record. He plans on joining local Union 166 after graduation, and his advice to underclassmen is the only impossible journey is one that you never begin. Next is Brendan Collins, who's escorted by Elizabeth Rice. Brendan's a member of the football team as well as the track team. His favorite memory from football is the time they had a chartered bus and watched Top Gun on the way to the Crystal House Academy. He plans to go to college for track and major in agriculture and engineering. And his advice to underclassmen is always keep your head up and try. You don't want to regret it in the end. Next is Colin Green, escorted by Samantha Green, Russ Green, and Erica McKelvey. Colin is a 4-year member of the football team and a 4-year member of the baseball team. His favorite memory from football is hanging out after the game with his friends and family. And his advice to underclassmen is keep grinding it out. You're going to be sore, tired, and burned out, but that's what makes it worth doing. Put in 100% effort all the time. And our final senior football player is Zach Pica, escorted by Jennifer Coots and David Pica. Zach is a 3-year member of the football team, member of the wrestling team, track team, 4-year member of student council, 2 years in National Honor Society, 2 years in the Student Athletic Advisory Committee, and he's a 10-year member of 4-H. His favorite memory from this sport is during his sophomore year when they are singing our school song around the goalpost. His plans after graduation are to attend Trine University and study software engineering, and his advice to underclassmen, don't be afraid to fail. Failure is the first and most important step towards success. Ladies and gentlemen, your Fremont senior football players. Give them a big round of applause. Thank you, gentlemen.
quick. I'm glad it's done.
Did you want me to wait and give you those pictures after? I just don't want to forget. Okay, I'm going to go see the baby.
Well, yes and no, because there's going to be a shitload of people, and it's not. I don't want to hold the thing. Okay. All right. Alrighty. Well, we got the senior stuff out of the way, so you can just come sit down.
Just let him go.
Well, we just walked out with him and whatnot. We walked out, like they run out on the field. Well, they're doing like 3 other sports at halftime, so we'll go on time. It's okay, we got pictures.
I videoed of all of them.
Oh, sorry to disappoint. Okay, bye. Yep, bye. Yeah, they all. You click play there.
phones in there, so watch them all probably now.
You want to scoot up?
Hey, when you do leave your better half at home, I'm talking to you in the dark heart.
Somebody's giving you a hard
You ain't
time.
paying attention to me, are you? Did you leave your better half at home? She didn't want to go with you, did she?
No.
I didn't think so. Maybe we'll have better luck.
I don't know. Join the crowd. My wife wouldn't come out.
Next Saturday.
She stayed home. She said, I'm going down to Prairie. I don't know.
I'd like to see her last night. Scream the entire time.
I got there.
Well, good. You didn't need that on top of that. No. Still be getting
It's not like
A popcorn and like Skittles.
that's how it's all the time. I can't run it.
please only stand along the fence in the areas permitted. We ask that no one stand on the fence directly behind the team bench. And in the spirit of sportsmanship, we ask that all fans act responsibly and courteously to those around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcome at IHS AA events. Let's afford the student athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans the respect they deserve. Your cooperation is appreciated, and please enjoy the game.
I had to move it so it didn't dump it. We're going to have to stand up again. Yeah, because the team's going to run out or they're going to do the national anthem or something.
Now it's time for the starting offensive lineup for the Prairie Heights Panthers. The wide receiver number 4, Trick Daniels. The wide receiver number 5, Matthew Roberts. Halfback number 14, Jaden Daniels. Quarterback number 15, Mikhail Armstrong. At tight end number 20, Tanner Sarnecki. At fullback number 40, Tappan Kyle. At right guard number 50, Boulder Schlegel. At left tackle number 52, Lincoln Boot. At center number 68, Jesus Flores. At right tackle number 70, Wade McRae. And left guard number 72, Chris Levins.
You are watching the most electrifying broadcast in all of high school football today. Drew Kiesbert along with the coach, John Bruni, who's in for tonight's game, and it's going to be great. Coach, it's been a minute.
It's been a while, but good to be back in the saddle, especially for such a big night tonight. Looking forward to a slobber knocker, as we say. Prairie Heights coming in. Not on our house. I mean, this is the attitude of the Eagles tonight is like, this is our house, and this is the backyard brawl, literally.
Yeah, this is definitely the backyard brawl. It's a game that we've been anticipating. Both teams have had this circled on their schedule for an extended period of time, and both teams come in tonight with some struggles, some things, some demons they're ready to exercise tonight. But we believe in our Fremont Eagles as they get ready to come out on the field here in just a moment on the big helmet out there. And
with the smoke. They got the fog tonight.
I like the smoke and the fog machine there. That's pretty slick. And so they should be coming out any moment here. While we're waiting, let's talk a little bit about these Prairie Heights Panthers. They come in 1-6, 0-3 overall in the NECC Small Division 2A. And actually, here they come. Your Fremont Eagles on the way out. And here come your Eagles. So let's get back to those Prairie Heights Panthers for just a second. Coach Bruni, why don't you tell us a little bit about these Prairie Heights Panthers coming in? Their last game was against Bremen. How'd they do?
Oh, man, 6-38, 6-game losing streak for the Panthers. You know, Bremen always seems to put together a good team. When I was coaching, we played them. Last year, they were 4-7 overall, 1-3 in the NECC Small. Key players tonight, senior quarterback, number 15, Mac Armstrong. He is 32 for 77, 444 yards, 4 TDs, but there's that 6 INTs this season. Hopefully we'll see some more of those tonight. Senior wide receiver, number 14, Jaden Daniels, 397 yards receiving, 3 TDs for the Panthers in 2022. Senior defensive back, number 28, Caleb Mansprit, at 70 total tackles on the season for Prairie Heights. So he's definitely the workhorse on the defense. Coach Patrick McRae, 7th season at Prairie Heights with an 11-60 mark. Now, despite the Panthers have won their sectional opener, about this, for 4 straight seasons. Yeah. So no matter what happens in the regular season, they seem to show up big time for that. For a 15-year period from 2003 to 2017, Prairie Heights won their sectional opener just once. You can see the big difference. But now it's time to honor America, folks.
Here we go. Let's honor America with the national anthem.
Thank you. Tonight's national anthem
job.
There you go. The band, USA, USA. Always love that. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the Fremont Eagles. The Fremont Eagles last week lost at Eastside 62-8. The last meeting against Prairie Heights, 34-12 victory for the Panthers at their house. But it's going to be a little bit different this time around.
Absolutely. You know, it's senior night. The guys have been fired up. They've been looking forward to this. This is where all bets are off. You know, everything that's happened this season up till now doesn't matter when it comes to this game. Yep. You know, everybody, it's just a brawl. That's flat out what it is. It's the biggest game of the year going to be for both these two until the sectional. So I expect everybody to pull out all the stops. We're going to see probably the playbook opened up. I expect some trick plays from both teams tonight, some things they've been saving all year. Yeah. Maybe a fake punt here or there, but it is going to be a slobber knocker.
That's for sure. I love that word. One of my favorite vocabulary words with regard to football is slabanaka. We have our key players, folks. We got some great senior leadership on this team. Quarterback Zach Pica. As we know, he's an accurate passer when given time, and he's fleet of foot when forced to scramble. We got wide receiver, defensive back, number 10, Brogan Blue. He's a leading receiver, and he just makes some amazing catches this season. Another wide receiver, defensive back, senior 11, Wyatt Claxton, a key leader on defense, quality receiver on offense, and Gage Cope, another wide receiver, defensive back. There go our Eagles getting in there, and but Cope gives his all on every play, whether it's offense or defense, doesn't matter. Now, with regard to Pica, he was listed as questionable, and same with Brogan Blue, also listed as questionable at the beginning of the night. And so it looks like I'm not seeing those guys in street clothes. I'm not sure. They may be out there playing. So hopefully we can get a look on. We're looking for number 10 and number 5. I see 5 suited up. I see 10 suited up. I guess that means they're ready for business. And who's going to sit there on the sideline and say, "Man, we're playing our big rival. I got to sit out tonight"? I don't think so.
Yeah, they're gonna gut through it tonight. I mean, there was no doubt in my mind that they would show up and play. You know, I have been really impressed with Brogan Blue this year. I mean, this guy is a gamer, and he has turned something from nothing into something this time over and over and over this season. We've seen him make these crazy catches, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do tonight.
Well, we talked to Coach Thomas. Now, Coach Thomas is normally, let's just say, verbose when he wants to talk about his team, but he was absolutely all business this morning when I asked him about tonight and what we needed to do to get the W. He simply said, "We need to fight and execute for 4 quarters. Period. End of sentence. End of story." That's it. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, and this is my prediction for the game. This is going to be one that you have to play 4 quarters. I don't think this game is going to be decided early by any stretch. I think it's going to be a nail-biter, and we're going to see who wants to assert their will. That's what football is all about. Which team wants to assert their will upon somebody else. And so it starts right here in the kickoff. It handles down from the line and everything else. We're going to see who came to play tonight at the Backyard Brawl.
All right, we're getting ready to rock. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Our game brought to you by Eagle One Stop, your pregame and postgame headquarters, whether it's pizza, Subway, chicken, or Eagle Bites, and DQ Grill and Chill. And we got the first kickoff here, and going to be tackled at about the 38-yard line. DQ Grill and Chill offering classic Sundays, stack burgers, chicken baskets, and blizzards.
Yeah, they're starting out with some pretty good field position on a rumbling, bumbling, stumbling return there. And so Prairie Heights takes over on their 38.
Yep. 1st and 10 at the 38 here for Heights. I got to say, I like their jerseys. I like their uniform look.
Yeah, this is definitely a new look this year from what we've seen in the past.
Absolutely beautiful evening, crispy.
Well, now
temperatures will drop.
This sets the tone right here. This very first play decides what's going to happen when it comes in the trenches.
And it's a pitch out and around and brought down, tackled by number 11, Wyatt Claxton, for a gain of about 4. Actually, they're going to say lost a yard on yard. Let's try that again. Lost a yard on the. There we go. 2nd and 11 coming up. That's a great start for the defense.
Yeah, I think the turf monster helped out a little bit there too. Nice assist from the field.
Totally agree with that. Travis Williamson, Realtor. He knows Lake Country Realty, whether you're selling or buying in particular. If they're in the market for a lake home, give them a call at 316-5564. All right, so let's see here. We got 15 Armstrong here. Takes the snap. It's a give and gets through into the linebacker core and finally brought down after a gain of about, we'll call it 8 on the play. And then there's
Is there a late
some
flag
extra
or just two
whistles.
No, just a lot of whistles. Now I will say this: it does look to be a young. Well, are they gonna
Oh,
try
they
to
did.
tempo?
I didn't.
false
Oh, I
start.
see the flag. It's way over
out.
on the other side. It is a false start, so that's going to move them back.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting tonight is it does look like a little bit younger officiating crew than we've had last time I was here. So we'll see how that goes. You know, it seems to be this year. There's been a lot of discussions amongst the crews, but now we're getting later in the season, so I think the calls are coming quicker, decisions are being made faster. We don't have as much committee time.
Puts them at the 32-yard line, so 2nd and 17. That's a great place for the Fremont defense to be right here. So Armstrong,
2nd and forever.
and they're taking their sweet time here.
They sure are.
Armstrong on the snap. Actually, motion first. Takes the snap. Give to Big Hoss, number 40. That's Tavin Kyle on the carry. Short gain. Brings up 3rd and long.
Now, what's interesting about this field position, had the last play before the false start gone through, I would have assumed that they would have taken 4 downs. But now, this is going to really, really factor into that, because before a punt wouldn't have helped you that much. But we'll see here what happens on 3rd down. But I would suspect if they make a decent gain here, they'll go for it on 4th this far out.
I would imagine there's going to be a lot of risky plays taken tonight. Both teams on the wrong side of the scoreboard several times this year. They may want to just take some risks and get a W tonight in any way possible. Throw, completed pitch and catch to number 14, Jaden Daniels. He is brought down well short of the first down mark. It's going to be 4-9 up.
So I'm going to assume they're going to punt. But like I said before, I think you're going to see some people go for it on 4th down tonight if it's anywhere near the 50, just because punts lately in this league haven't really netted you that much. Fremont still had some outstanding kicks this year, I will say that.
That's for sure. So we have the punter out there. I believe that's number, actually I'm not sure what number that is. I see 2, but I can't make out if it's a 12 or a 22. 52.
Oh!
Lincoln
That
Booth.
was ugly.
And it does get a Prairie Heights roll, though. But that's going to be great field in Fremont, 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. So that's going to be an excellent opportunity for Fremont here.
Yeah, it took a good roll, but that reminded me when I was in grade school and I participated in punt, pass, and kick. That looked like one of my punts from like 3rd grade right there. That's pretty rough.
Yeah, that was a little rough there. Lonsbury Garage, offering quality service at a fair price. Full service maintenance and automotive repair center right here in Fremont, 104 South Baum Street, 260-527-3433. Appreciate all our sponsors for the Fremont Eagles Network, bringing you great action all season long. And Prairie Heights is going to jump.
Right off the bat.
And Fremont, we'll take 1st and 5 all day long, baby.
Yeah, I really think it's going to be interesting to see. I think if either team makes it anywhere near the 50, you're going to see if it comes down to 4th down, they're going to go for it. I think everybody, all the chips are all the way on tonight. Everybody's going to be taking chances and risks. And that's a great way to start out the drive at 1st and 5.
All right, so 1st and 5 coming up here. Pika, who was listed as questionable to start the game. He's going to give it to Colin Green, and the senior gains about 2 on the play. He's up 2nd and 3. GW's Butcher Block. Chicken, pork, beef, seafood sauces, snack sticks, jerky, deli meat sauces, and much, much more. They're available at 103 East Toledo Street. Give them a 787 GW's. You like GW's, John?
I love G-Dubs.
They got some of the greatest stuff, I'm telling you. And they got 15,000 styles of brats, give or take. But they got some awesome stuff out there. GW's Butcher Block. Check them out. 2nd and 3 coming up. And the run and squeeze through.
Nice way to find that spot. The blitz was coming, but, man, great read.
Claxton gets the 1st down. Let's move those chains. Always love that. We stole fair and square from Central Michigan. Hey, I just love that. Been saying that all year long. By the way, I do have to say, as far as fashion goes, the Prairie Heights Panthers have some pretty sweet, helmet. That is bad to the bone. I have to say, that's awesome looking.
Tight.
That is tight. Absolutely. That's going back a ways. I love it. 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw. Has plenty of time. And Pika takes the scramble. He may go. He's at the 40. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. Oh, tackled inside the 5. What a run. And we said it at the outset. He is fleet of foot when forced to scramble. But one thing we're seeing in this game already compared to previous games, especially the last 4 or 5 games, is he has time. The offensive line is giving him time to make some adjustments.
And what I'm finding is that he's becoming much more comfortable with learning to tuck and run. You know, there are times to stay in there and wait in the pocket, wait in the pocket, wait in the pocket. But there's times when a lane like that opens up just to take it. And what I like is that he's seeing the football field better and better and better every week.
Absolutely. This is the time to do it as we're getting closer and closer to sectional time. And it's going to be a loss on the play, I believe. Maybe the line of scrimmage, so they're going to give him 1 yard, looks like. Brings up 2nd and goal from the 3. 7:30 left in the quarter. A&J Alternators and Starters. Coach Reitz has you covered, whether it's self-storage, alternator starter repair or rebuilding, or U-Haul rental. Stop by and see him at 1188 East State Road 120 in Fremont, or give him a call at 495-1655.
Well, I will say this. You know, it's a big game. I think I just saw Ken Fillmore walking up and down the sidelines.
Fire up chips.
Yes, he's up walking around. So, yeah, he's reporting. It's newsworthy.
It's for the Steuben County World Heavyweight Championship belt. That's how we roll.
There we go. He's
Pika. Looking.
Oh!
And in and out of the hands. So 6:53 left. It will end up being 3rd and goal here coming up.
Well, I like the play call. I definitely do. And there again, one of the things we're finding is that there's going to be options there for him to tuck it and run if he sees that lane open. So, again, if you thought near the 50 was 4-down territory, this is definitely 4-down territory.
No question about it.
There's no chance. If they don't convert here, they're going to keep it rolling on 4th down. Like I said, I expect to see every chance taken, every risk taken, because it is a must-win for both teams tonight.
All right, here we go. This is the 3rd and goal play. Pika gives, and it's going to be, he's not going to get there.
Close.
We'll gain about 2 yards. So we got a 4th and goal at the 1. Oh, man, this is the play you dream about.
Because if you're the defense and you hold here, it's a huge momentum shift. If you score, right away, momentum's in your hands. So offense, defense, this is a massive play. And I tell you what, it really is going to come down to the linemen here who's going to assert their will as if they're going to run.
I'll tell you what, if it's my call, I'm saying, man, I'm making the defensive line earn it, and let's just give it to Colin Green and buck up the middle.
Oh, and they jumped. Prairie Heights jumped.
Now they're going to say it's against Fremont.
I saw a jump. I thought I saw PH first.
Well, that means it's going to be 4th and goal at the 6, and that's going to change the dynamic of this play call here. I don't think you're going to be going for a dive play on this particular one here, so I would imagine you're going to give the ball to Pika, let him scramble around a little bit and make a decision.
And if he sees the lane, he's going to take it to the house. Again, like I said, vision is everything, and it's interesting to watch as players grow over the year, and he has really grown over the season to be able to have much better field vision.
So Fremont, Pika, takes the snap, rolls. He's getting pursued. Throw to the corner, back of the end zone.
Oh, but he caught it!
He caught it! Touchdown, Fremont!
It was tip drill, but he caught it. Love it. It was tip, but he came down. Total determination on that one.
Love that. Fremont strikes first blood, and they're up 6-0 on the Prairie Heights Panthers with 5:42 left in this ball game. And, or it's not in the ball game, in the first quarter, I should say. Got a little excited there. So that was a great opening drive. That's a confidence builder for these Fremont Eagles. You know, they've struggled on offense in the midpoints of the season here. And this is a great place to be, especially as you're heading into Lake Station next week and sectional play thereafter.
Yeah, our sectional is very favorable toward us. Going for the 2-point conversion, and
She did not get there. So, with 5:42 left in the first quarter, your Fremont Eagles lead over Prairie Heights 6-0. You're watching Fremont Eagles football on the Fremont Eagles Network. Beams Funeral Home, celebrating life
with dignity.
Absolutely. A longtime supporter of Fremont Eagle Pride at 200 West Toledo in Fremont, 495-2915. Fremont Chiropractic, they offer a special initial consultation and first visit deal for only $21. You got to check it out. Dr. Temple does a phenomenal job at 119 East Toledo in Fremont. 527-0370. They're open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Make your appointment today. Chuck's Custom Concrete, Coach Chuck. He does it right, folks. Check all the work he does out at chuckscustomconcrete.com. Some awesome stuff, guaranteeing the highest quality workmanship you won't find anywhere else. Covers the whole tri-state area in concrete. 260-705-8630. And Fremont Nutrition, offering healthy shakes, energy bombs, protein coffee, energy bites, and don't forget cardio drumming at 104 East Toledo in Fremont, 260-261-0050.
My wife's gone to the cardio drumming. Hear good things. Heard good things about that.
Yeah, the cardio drumming rocks out. Fremont here against Prairie Heights. It is senior night. It is rivalry night, and we appreciate everybody tuning in here. Love to get your comments. Share those, and we'll put those up on the screen. And let's see, we got any comments yet? Nothing yet. So if you want to share, whether you're supporting Fremont or Prairie Heights, maybe it's a particular player, grandma and grandpa watching. Oh, lost control. It's got to pick it up. That's number 4. Trenton Daniels, he gets around the corner, and suddenly he's on his horse and gets across the 30-yard line. Ooh, that was dangerous.
It was dangerous the way he picked it up, too. I thought, man, you got to have ball control. That is everything at this level. But, I would say a little something that scoring fixes a myriad of problems. I don't know if you noticed, but after that score, the kickoff team runs out. They got a spring in their step. They're excited. The sideline's pumped up. And if you watch Prairie Heights, they went from being excited to we're just going to get out here on the field. And so, again, everything is about momentum, but scoring fixes so many problems. It's great to get on the scoreboard right away.
Absolutely. It's a great start. That's where Fremont wants to be. Looked like a jump by Prairie Heights, but they didn't call it. And here comes 40 around the corner. Now, did I see a flag come in there somewhere? No, I don't. No flag, apparently. Yeah. Oh, okay. It must have been the kids playing. Yeah.
Jump.
So it is a nice run by 40 Kyle, and that's going to give them a first down. So that's a great start for Prairie Heights on that play.
And I think we're going to see that play over and over and over and over again tonight.
It works.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's going to be their bread and butter tonight.
5:13 and counting here in the first quarter. Fremont strikes first blood, up 6-0 on the Prairie Heights Panthers. And the snap, the give to 14, tries to get around the corner. We have a hold, no call.
There it is.
There, I see it now, way on the far sidelines. Yeah, there was a definite hold to keep the Fremont player from making the tackle in the backfield, so that's going to move them back. Although now we have a Prairie Heights player slow to get up, hurting a little bit. So let's see, hopefully he's... All right, they're going to take a referee's timeout here. He's not feeling really well. Well, I want to give a big shout-out for just a moment to our camera crew tonight. We have Malaya, Elliott, Jed, and Oliver, who have volunteered their time to come out and support the Fremont Eagles. Now, they get a little something out of the deal, too. See, they get in the game free. They get a little bit of, get some concessions, and they get to come support the Eagles and support the broadcast. So I absolutely love that. So thank you so much, Malaya, Elliott, Jed, and Oliver, for your support and being part of the camera crew tonight.
Starting your career young in the film industry.
That's right. Absolutely.
Someday when you're in Hollywood, you say, hey, I got my start doing Fremont games.
And I only take 10%, so that's good. That's good. And Coach Bruni, I appreciate you coming up here and joining us on the broadcast. This is one of the most special games of the year for both teams. It's that rivalry. It's for the Steuben County Championship belt. We actually need to get a championship belt made, like the old Ric Flair style NWA one back in the day.
They do, and I think that the coaching staff might be making a belt, from what I've heard, for just the team for different awards, which I think would be awesome.
I like that. Miami's got the turnover chain. We can get the championship belt. I'm all about that. Well, here we go on this first and 24 after the hold, and get a decent chunk of yardage back up. It's going to end up being second and about 16, 17 coming up here. 4:27 left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I would think if they have something up their sleeve, this would be the time to do it right now because, again, you don't want to go down very much in this game. I think it's going to be, one of these nail biters, but once things start to work against you, that's where momentum shifts so much, and it's awful hard to dig out of that hole. So I think if they have something up their sleeve, this is the play we'd see it.
Second and actually 19 on the play here. The snap. The
and
throw, completed pass, and nice job, Broken Blue. You mentioned him a moment ago right there, and Claxton as well. Those two guys, I tell you what, we're going to miss those guys because they are just such key leaders for this Fremont Eagles offense and defense.
And they always show up. And I think that's the thing is, as a player, the coaches, we're looking for guys that show up every game, every practice, and bring their best. And that's what you can say out of those two by far.
So that was only a gain of about 6 on the play. So 3rd and 13. This is going to be a key play from the Fremont Eagles defense here.
You think they'd throw again, but that last throw was not going to do much of anything, even if he had,
Well, he's going to throw here. He's in trouble, though.
Big trouble.
In big pursuit. He's got to throw it. And in and out of the hands of number 14, Jaden Daniels. That is looking now like a Prairie Heights punt. Or is it?
Well, again, I said if they're closer to the 50, but, again, there's just way too much to overcome right here.
Yeah.
You don't want to put yourself in a big hole here.
Well, especially with Fremont opening drive shows that they can play and they can make offensive plays. You don't want to get them any closer, I don't think.
So here we have a punt. Let's see what kind of return we can get. The first punt was pretty ugly, but did take a bounce.
This is Booth.
And that's another spin-a-rooney punt.
And goes out at about the 33-yard line, it looks like. It'll be 34.
Spinning around.
Yeah.
It's like UFO.
It was like a UFO punt, that's for sure. 3:01 left. Fremont will have possession here starting at their own 34, 1st and 10 in just a moment. Eagle One Stop, your pregame and postgame headquarters. Whether it's pizza, Subway, chicken, or Eagle Bites, give them a call at 495-3110 at 101 West Toledo in Fremont. They are just got some awesome stuff. Eagle Bites are to die for, folks. I'm telling you. And, of course, they got your gizzards and livers.
Oh, the livers are fantastic.
And I'm all about the Rockstar Silver Ice, so there you go. Pitch
There
back.
it goes. Nice play call.
That's Cope, but he's going to be, yeah.
But that was a good call.
I like the play call. It just didn't quite develop the way the coaches wanted that, so it's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. DQ Grill and Chill, offering classic Sunday stack burgers, chicken baskets, and blizzards at 1303 North Wayne in Angola, 319-4436. Travis Williamson, Realtor. He knows Lake Country Realty, whether you're selling or buying, in particular if you're in the market for a lake home. Stop by and see him at 1870 West 200 North in Angola, Mike Thomas Associates, or give him a call, 316-5564. We got a quick TO, so we'll pay some more bills here. Lonsberry Garage, offering quality service at a fair price, full-service maintenance and automotive repair center at 104 South Baum in Fremont, 260-527-3433. GW's Butcher Block. Chicken, pork, beef, seafood, sausage, snack sticks, jerky, deli meat, sauces, and much, much more at 103 East Toledo in Fremont, 517-278-2787.
Hawaiian brats. Can't beat it.
Oh, they're so good, I'm telling you. A&J Alternators and Starters, 495-1655. Stop by and see Coach Reitz at 1188 East State Road 120. And self-storage, alternator starter, repair, rebuilding, and U-Haul rental. That's A&J Alternators and Starters. Beams Funeral Home, celebrating life
with dignity.
A longtime supporter of Fremont Eagle Pride at 200 West Toledo in Fremont, 495-2915. Fremont Chiropractic at 119 East Toledo in Fremont, 527-0370. Get that $21 special, folks. The initial consultation and your first visit for one low price. Open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Make your appointment tomorrow. Chuck's Custom Concrete, guaranteeing the highest quality workmanship you won't find anywhere else. 260-705-8630. And Fremont Nutrition. Healthy Shakes, Energy Bombs, Protein Coffee, Energy Bites, and Cardio Drumming at 104 East Toledo in Fremont.
Fast, and he's gonna get out of trouble. Nice way to get out of some trouble. There was a big pressure coming there, and he was able to just be a Houdini and get out of that and make it into a nice little game.
And that it'll end up being 3rd and 4 coming up after a nice 7-yard gain. Just to finish up my last thought, the number for Fremont Nutrition, 260-261-0050. Got caught right there at the end, just trying to squeeze that one in there. It didn't quite work out. Sometimes that happens. And sometimes it works out just like it did right there with Pika getting a nice run, good gain, and 3rd and 4. And that's a great place to be, 3rd and 4 rather than 3rd and 14, which has really been a lot of, where Fremont's been a lot of in the midpoint of the season here. So here we go, 3rd and 4, and a jump, and that's going to be a first down. Move those chains. Fremont will get a free first on that play. Do not pass go, do not collect $200, or however that goes. I haven't played Monopoly in a while. I got to get back on that. Free parking, maybe that's what I'm thinking.
And definitely, Heights has been jumpy tonight, both sides of the ball.
Well, you
got
got
away with a few too.
Yeah, you got to imagine both teams are just hyped for this. And this is one, like we said earlier, and jumps again. And so Fremont, it must be Pika drawing them off with some of the different cadences and calls here. So Fremont gets 1st and 5 again. We'll love that. Take it all day.
And those are demoralizing as a team. I mean, because you're just giving them free yardage.
Yeah. For
Like,
free.
here you go.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Pika. That opens up a big time set of plays in the playbook here, but they decide to go up the gut, and Prairie Heights saying, nope, you're not going to go through the front door. You're going to have to go a different route here, and that's going to be a loss of about 1 on the play. 2nd and 6 coming up.
And here's why it's demoralizing for a defense. Had they not jumped, they'd be back, you've got them going to be sent up 2nd and long. Now it's still 2nd and short, 6 yards. I mean, the whole playbook's still open at this point.
Yeah, even with the loss, it ends up feeling like a 4-yard gain on 1st down and 2nd and 6, So clock's moving, 45 seconds left here in the quarter. This most likely will be the final play of the first quarter. Fremont saunters up. Got some confidence in their step. You can definitely see that.
Jumped again.
Almost. He didn't quite get across there. It's going to be to Cope, and he's got some good blocking at the 50, and he'll finally be ridden. It'll be close. It's going to be 2 yards, so 3rd and 2 coming up. Great defense there, though, by Prairie Heights to keep him from getting across and getting the 1st down.
Yeah, well, it was great with the guy that jumped. He was too slow to get across the line, so that's one of the things is the big hog mollies, we like to call them. The big boys, like, I'm going to jump, but I'm not quick enough to get that step to get across there anyway, so you get away with one.
And that will be the end of the first quarter. Your Fremont Eagles lead the Prairie Heights Panthers for the Steuben County World Heavyweight Championship belt of tackle football right here at Max Mitchell Sports Complex. 6-0. You're watching Fremont Eagles football on the Fremont Eagles Network. Want to remind everyone, ladies and gentlemen, that at halftime, as always, we have our illustrious Fremont Eagles Network, Fremont Community Schools Students of the Week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Students of the Week. And then we have actually some special guests as well that have been nominated that are not students. Looking forward to that. So you just have to wait and see. We're going to keep that under wraps for now, folks. So that'll be coming up at halftime. Also at halftime, we'll talk a little bit about some of the other area games of interest, including a championship game of sorts in the NECC small division. We'll also talk about, I'm telling you what, the Fremont Middle School football team has some big things to celebrate, and we'll talk about that at halftime because that is awesome. And now, if you don't know, you'll find out. But I bet if you've been following the Fremont Eagles Network on Facebook, you know all about it.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
It was so awesome to see at processionals right outside my house. So I came out in the backyard, and I was yelling for him. It was great.
Yep, it is awesome. We'll talk all about that at halftime, amongst many other things. Here's the 3rd and 2, first play of the second quarter. And Pika, he's in some trouble. Throw and falls incomplete.
But whoa, he definitely got hammered there.
Yeah. It was intended for green and falls short, so it's going to be 4th and 2. I can't imagine Fremont's going to punt this ball.
That's like I said. Anywhere near the 50 tonight, you're going to go for it. I mean, that's the way it is. If you're within 5 yards, I think you're going to go for it.
So let's see here. Still no comments yet, folks. If you're watching this game on the YouTube, on your computer, laptop, desktop, your cell phone, love to get your comments below. Share those. We'd love to, who you supporting. You supporting Fremont, you supporting Prairie Heights. Maybe it's a particular player on one side or the other, or you just want to give big kudos to both teams tonight. Love to hear your comments and your positive vibes. Roll out. And in some trouble, Pika, and there's nothing he can do about it. He takes a huge loss, and Prairie Heights with a big defensive stop, and they're going to be on the Fremont 41 after, it looked like Fremont was motoring there, and nope, now Prairie Heights has some mojo.
Well, I think they read that pretty good, and that's the thing, when you're starting to sense things, that's what happened on that play. Is the players just picked up on it. It was a good read. I still think it was a good call. I would like to see them just power through, though. When you have, 4 yards, you want that offensive line just take it over and, assert their will. But again, Prairie Heights is starting to pick up on some things.
All right, so that's a little motivator for the Panthers here. Looking to throw. Pocket collapses, but he's able to get it out in time. Big tackle. Almost looked like Cowboy Bob Orton on that play. Did he have the cast on the arm?
He might have had the cast on the arm. So what? Here we go. They're going to go no huddle, and the guys are looking at their wristbands for the calls here. Prairie Heights is going to try and do a little tempo, maybe.
Well, and then it slows down because guys are
substitute players.
Yeah, and there's just doesn't seem a sense of urgency from the sub to get in. So that means it's going to be kind of give Fremont some time to breathe on defense, and it's going to be. There was only a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And here I thought they would go tempo because they're going no huddle, but they're going to take their time.
2nd and 8, the snap, and it's going to be a give to 40, and he will be stopped at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd and 8. Actually, they're going to call it a 1-yard loss, and there is an offensive lineman down.
And he's a big guy. He's a force. Like I said, I love the hog mollies. That's why I can talk about not being quick. But you know what? You might not be the fastest, but you're filling some holes with that body mass.
Yeah.
And so, football is definitely a game of mass.
Chris Levitz, he is a sophomore, 6'2", 340.
That's what I said. You can't teach size.
No.
Size is a gift, and that's one of the things that he's got right there going for him, and he's definitely can fill some holes there.
Well, if you're the Fremont defense, that might be a place to exploit here. He does have time. He throws the ball, but it's way over the head, and so it's going to bring up 4th and 9 coming up. But this is 4th and 9 going for it when you're at the 40-yard line. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, what's interesting is that's the first deep ball I've seen them do today.
Yeah.
So,
and
they're starting to feel like they can maybe do that tonight.
And they definitely, they throw the ball. They've been known to do that. It's just they haven't done it much here. So,
because the earlier passes, even if you caught it, you're not getting hardly any yardage.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a real difference to see if they're going to start throwing deep.
I think Prairie Heights is made. They want to be made as a team that's a no huddle team, but it seems like it takes so much time to develop with the wrist coaches there. Looking to throw long and overthrows again. And he's got an arm. Boy, I got to say, Armstrong definitely has a strong arm.
And the kid was open.
Yeah.
He had a couple steps on him. So, if he could just get some accuracy there on those passes, that could have been a huge play.
Well, here's the amazing thing. He's 6 foot 175 freshman. So I'll tell you what, he's got 3 years to mature. He's got opportunities in the summer months to get in the weight room, and also I think the big one is getting to coaching clinics, getting to quarterback clinics, because I think Armstrong's got a really good future. With an arm like that, it's just about toning it and getting it in the right accuracy. He's going to be going places in the future. You can definitely tell. Great kid.
And like I said, you can't teach size. Size is a gift, and he's a tall quarterback.
Almost a jump there again, and they're going to say he did. And so Prairie Heights again gives a free
going on down there.
Gives a free one. All right, so Fremont. And that's how you're going to get. What do you call that? What's that word you always use, John, to describe some of the discussions?
I call it gamesmanship, little extracurricular activity.
Yeah.
But gamesmanship is always part of any football contest. They're talking trash on the line.
Yep.
You just don't want to do it in front of the referee. But, guys are talking to each other. It's part of the game.
And then on top of that, they're going to say a personal foul for targeting against Prairie Heights on top of all that. Wow, what a turn of events. So suddenly Fremont is going to be in phenomenal field position all the way to the Prairie Heights 39. My goodness, with 10:02 left before halftime.
What's the rule on that in high school as far as player eligibility? I don't think that they have to come out of the game, do they?
I don't think so. I think it's at the official's discretion. I mean, we don't have, replay and things like that. I mean, we have a great Jumbotron here at Max Mitchell Sports Complex. Might not be able to see it, but I'm sure we can see it somewhere. But we don't really have those kind of capabilities, so that's just, it is what it is. Oh, and Prairie Heights right there, and that defense stiffens up. They're like, okay, listen. You know what? We had a rough go of it right there. We're going to go in there and play physical, and I think that's the kind of football that Prairie Heights needs to play. Both sides need to play, frankly, if they're going to get the W.
Now, well, you can hear the fans there giving some coaching tips down there. But one of the things I will say, it's interesting, and I'm a homer, so obviously I'm rooting for Fremont. But Prairie Heights has been beating themselves. They have had some opportunities tonight that this game could be tied up very easily.
Well, I think if Fremont right now, since Prairie Heights wants to get in there and send some linebackers in, you kind of get play out. That's what they're going to plan to do.
Again.
But again, nowhere to go if the plays are not developing. Prairie Heights has definitely been watching the film and saying, okay, if we can keep Pika from having any time at all, he's going to be in some trouble, and they're just overrunning and overpowering our offensive line right now.
So look at what happened. Prairie Heights gives you a gift in the targeting, the penalty, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and 22.
And you're back on your own side of the field, albeit by only 1 yard, but this is Fremont's got to step up big here. That's what's going to happen in a game like this. You know, that's the thing. When you think about games like Michigan, Ohio State, UCLA, USC, Purdue, IU, you get games like that. It doesn't matter what the record is. Toss all that stuff out the window because it's a one-game season.
Okay, so he's got time. Well, there's a lot of pressure coming.
And there's a great play on the screen, but it doesn't develop the way they wanted. And there's a late flag way away from the play. What is going on with that?
I'm not sure what call that could be, except maybe unnecessary roughness. I don't know.
I mean,
I'm trying to think what it.
I was thinking ineligible man downfield, but it wasn't because everything. Okay, I think that's what they were going to call, but all of the linemen were the Pika kept going backwards, and so the linemen weren't even ahead of the line of scrimmage. So I think that's what they were looking to call, and then in the end they no, they didn't go. So now 4th down, Fremont is going to have to punt here.
It was a hard hit, but I was like, man, that's not. I mean, anything like we've seen. I was trying to figure out what in the world could that be.
And suddenly Prairie Heights didn't think they were going to punt, have to get in position here. And the kick, and end over end, good bounce for Fremont's way, and Fremont takes it and gets it down at about the 25-yard line. So that's good for Fremont's defense to keep them 75 yards away from Pater here. 8 minutes even left before halftime. Your Fremont Eagles lead in a great game so far, 6-0. You're watching Fremont Eagles football on the Fremont Eagles Network. Eagle One Stop, your pregame and postgame headquarters. Whether it's pizza, Subway, chicken, or Eagle Bites, give them a call at 495-3110. Get it piping hot tomorrow for your Saturday football action at 101 West Toledo in Fremont. And by the way, folks, we'll be talking about some of those football games coming up tomorrow on college football Saturday here at halftime and beyond. 1st and 10.
Getting a little jumpy.
And not much. I think they're going to say no gain on the play, 2nd and 10. Yeah, Fremont has, on the last few plays, the defensive end or the linebacker has timed it just right to get through. And if Prairie Heights were to make an adjustment and make it a call on 2 instead of 1, I think it's going to be a free 5-yard pass. So maybe the Prairie Heights coaching staff puts a little bug in their ear on that one.
You know, and defense is so hard because you do want to get that extra step. You do want to just get, you want to attack. So you can understand the mentality. Defense wants to pin their ears back and just light somebody up. So. And
Prairie Heights will a TO here to kind of figure some things out. Looks like they had more men on the field than they were supposed to. Maybe that's part of what's going on. Coach wants to discuss it, which we're going to pay a few bills here. DQ Grill and Chill, offering classic Sunday stack burgers, chicken baskets, and blizzards at 1303 North Lola, 319-4436. Travis Williamson, Realtor. He knows Lake Country Realty, whether they're selling or buying. In particular, if they're in the market for a lake home, give them a call, 316-5564. Folks, now is the time to buy the lake home. You don't want to buy that in the spring when the prices start rising. This is the time when the lake homes, the prices go down. People are, they're thinking about selling. So you buy the home now, and then you're the first boat in the water in the spring. And that's why you got to give Travis a call. He's a Fremont grad. He does you right. He's a phenomenal guy and just does a great job here in Steuben County and beyond on Lake Country. So 316-5564. Lonsbury Garage offering quality service at a fair price. Repair right here in Fremont at 1 Palm in Fremont, 260-527-433. We'll get to a few more in a minute, and there we go. Exactly what we were talking about. Prairie Heights made that adjustment with the timeout and got some free.
What I will say is at least the defense is hungry. They want to eat. The defense wants to eat.
You got to eat.
That's why they're jumping. But as I said, that's why you see on both sides. Mm-hmm. Both sides are hungry for a win. Both sides are hungry to get, the bragging rights for this battle. And defense, you do want to eat. You want to get after it.
So Brady Verdon comes out. Colin Green comes in on defense. It's going to be another run. This is 14. Gets the corner, and it will be a first down.
Gets that.
Yeah, first down by number 14, Jaden Daniels. Gain of 6. First and 10, Prairie Heights. GW's Butcher Block, whether it's chicken, pork, beef, seafood, sauces, snack sticks, jerky, deli meat sauces, or anything else that they may offer at 103 East Toledo and Fremont. Give them a call, 517-278-2787. I'll tell you what. The prime rib is off the chain, baby. That's for sure. G-Dubs always offers up first and 10.
Motion, he's going to
give to Big 40. Gets away and still on his feet and gets out to the 40. Gain of about.
You're doing the extracurriculars when I'm talking about. You're going to start seeing that more and more as guys get talking. You extend the tackle or extend the block.
Yep. You got Stephen Burkholder and Trenton Daniels, introducing themselves to each other a little bit.
Yep. Now, here's the thing on that play. Fremont sniffed that out good. Just got to finish there. I mean, so they're definitely sniffing it out. They see what's coming. I was surprised because the guy was right on him the second at the handoff. But it seems like anytime that guy's going in motion, you're going to see some kind of give over there.
Do you see any issues with the delays and the lengthy play calls with the risk coaches? Well, we'll get to that after the play. Run, squeezes through, finds a corner. He's got some room, and good blocking at the 40, the 30. He's at the 20, inside the 20. It'll be first and 10.
Pika got held big time. I don't know if you saw.
I did, but there is a flag way back. Okay, so there it is. I think that's what they're doing. And there's another hole or another flag way down inside the 20 also. Fans are yelling, "Bring it back!" That's kind of wild. But so I think it's definitely coming back.
That's why he had that big lane there, is because it's a massive hold.
Yeah. So when you get those holds, those kinds of things happen, and it is a hold against Prairie Heights. Now from the spot, that spot is the 44, let's say. So if you go to the other side, you end up at the 47, but that is still enough for a first down, and that will give, because the hold was well downfield, it will be a first down and a fresh set for Prairie Heights. 5:55 left before halftime.
And that's where you got to be disciplined. I mean, your guys got a great run going, and you throw a block that really wasn't, just not smart, But again, you got to be disciplined, and that's just one of the hard things in a game like this. It's hard not to let, try and make things happen.
And to throw, quick throw, great pitch and catch. That's number 4, Daniels, Trenton, and he will be close to a first down. Looks like it's going to be just short, about a yard. So 9 yards on the play, 5:42 left. A&J Alternators and Starters. Coach Reitz has you covered it. Call him up at 495-1655 or stop by and see him at 1188 East State Road 120 in Fremont. Self-storage, alternator, starter, repair, rebuilding, and U-Haul rental. That's A&J Alternators and Starters. Beams Funeral Home, celebrating life with dignity. They are longtime supporters of Fremont Eagle Pride at 200 West Toledo in Fremont, 495-2915. And a shotgun on 2nd and 1. I would imagine it's going to be a handoff here, and it is. It's going to the big hoss, Kyle, who, oh my God, he got it. Yeah, he didn't. He is short, so it's going to be 3rd and 1.
Well, Fremont's reading that, and then he's got to dance a little bit. I don't know if you've been watching that. And what's happening is sometimes he gets that little dance going and he's getting a few yards, but Fremont is definitely sniffing it out. They just got to finish, and that's what happened right there.
4:45 and counting here. Fremont Chiropractic, get your $21 initial consultation and first visit deal. Stop by and see them at 119 East Toledo in Fremont. They're open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Give them a call to set your appointment up, 260-527-0370. He does. Yeah, not quite getting the yardage here with 4:25 left. Clock temporarily stopped here.
I guess what I'm saying is you're not seeing the power running tonight.
Right.
You're seeing I've got to find a way, a lot of shifting around. And I think, as we get the game going, as it goes deeper into the game, depending on whose line's going to be tougher, we're going to see some power running before too long.
Miss Amy Bruni giving some encouragement from the sideline here. Looking to throw, lots of time. Long throw, wide open, and pitch and catch. And Trenton Daniels, reception inside the 10, and Prairie Heights is motoring on this drive.
They're in business, and that's what I was saying earlier is that on their receivers 2 times tonight have definitely gotten openings, gotten an extra step or 2 ahead and beat the defense, but the ball just wasn't there. That was a pretty good throw for a high school quarterback right there. That was pretty accurate.
Yeah, and so he had some trouble getting that accurate throw earlier. It was right on the money at that time.
Especially for a freshman.
Yeah, and so now it's going to be 1st and goal as they're just inside the chalk of the 10-yard line. Give to Kyle.
Fremont.
Corner. And
he's going to come back.
And there's another flag.
I believe that's going to come back. I believe there's a hold down there.
Prairie Heights has been struggling with penalties all game, and it just seems like there are a lot of 9s and 10s on the grade list of this roster. It's a young team, and
false start.
Oh, so the play didn't even exist basically then, so because of that. So that's moving back 5. So it'll still be 1st and goal, albeit at the 15-yard line, coming up 3:36 before halftime.
Well, here's the thing, it's so hard to win in high school football when you don't do the little things. And that's what both teams tonight, you got to do the little things right. And one of those things is you got to avoid mental errors, the false starts, jumping off sides. So, again, mistakes have really cost Prairie Heights tonight. Which as a Fremont fan, I'm happy about, but
Right.
it's definitely things that you're surprised they aren't going to clean that up. I bet you at halftime you're really going to see a different team, discipline-wise, third quarter.
Armstrong takes the snap, end around, inside the 10. He's going to be close. Does he cross in? And they're going to say he's down near the goal line.
Our angle here in the press box, folks, it's a tough one. To see that
Actually,
there.
so it's at the 5-yard line. I thought that was the goal line. That's what's so hard to see here.
The Prairie Heights kids were putting their arms up saying touchdown. That's why.
That's what threw us off, too,
if the end zone was on the 5-yard line, maybe, but not so much. Not so fast, my friend.
Not so fast, my friend. 2:45 and counting here before halftime. Prairie Heights would love nothing better than to put the biscuit in the basket and take a lead potentially on a conversion. Throw. He's got some room. Can he get the corner? He will. And it is a touchdown.
We got a pile up down there.
It's a score for Prairie Heights. And as of this moment, the game is tied at 6s.
Oh, see, on Heights, they're all jacked up about that. They're having quite the sally.
Yeah. And so 6-6 now, 2:30 before halftime, pending the conversion try here.
But you know what I think? I think Prairie Heights just poked the bear. So that's what I always say.
That's a great way to look at it. Fremont's definitely been emotional tonight.
Yep, you might have poked the bear right there.
Yeah, and when you're playing on your home field, that's the defense says, okay, we can't let this happen, boys. We got to do something about this here. And, yeah, I agree with you on that. Let's see how this turns out on this 2-point conversion try. Armstrong, Daniels to the left, Kyle on the right. It's going to be a give to Kyle. Actually, yeah, Kyle had it. Looks like he lost control of it, but it's going to be no good on the conversion try, so the score remains 6-6 with 2 before halftime. You're watching Fremont Eagles football on the Fremont Eagles Network. Chuck's Custom Concrete, guaranteeing the highest quality workmanship you won't find anywhere else. Folks, they'll take care of residential, commercial, industrial, and especially some of that decorative concrete. You got to check it out at their website, chuckscustomconcrete.com, or give them a call. They serve the tri-state area, 260-705-8630. They cover Steuben County in concrete. Fremont Nutrition, 260-261-0050. They're at 104 East Toledo, where they have healthy shakes, energy bombs, protein coffee, energy bites, and offer up cardio drumming. John, have you been to Fremont Nutrition? It's a great, awesome place.
I have not, but my wife has. I've had some shakes there from. My wife brings me shakes on once in a while.
So you have had it. You just haven't been there, but that's okay. You're getting those hand delivered. I'll tell you, that's right.
That's how it is.
And I'll tell you, my favorite personal shake is the butter pecan. And put them back up there again. Fremont Nutrition. They just got some phenomenal stuff over there, folks. If you haven't checked them out, you got to check them out. You'll be remiss if you don't check them out. So pop over there tomorrow. When you go to G-Dubs, then walk across the street and go get yourself some energy bombs and some protein shakes.
Get yourself a shake so you feel healthy about that brat you're going to eat a little bit later.
Absolutely.
Let that grease a little bit there. Get a little aloe vera cup to follow that, a little chaser, to give you the aloe vera chaser.
Oh, yeah. I had that. The mango is my personal favorite, although mandarin orange is pretty good, too. Got to check those things out. All right, here we go. 2.5 minutes left before halftime. We have a full moon on the field. That means Fremont's inner werewolf is about to come out.
Oh, they go with the trigger.
Oh, it's up and over. Did Fremont get it? The ball's still on the ground. We got a
wild one.
Rugby scrum. Let's see.
Fremont's got to have it.
I think Fremont, then they do. Fremont does. Woo!
I saw too many black jerseys there that...
It took that crazy bounce, which is exactly what you want on the kicking team. Give yourself an opportunity, but Fremont gets a breather. But they're on their own 39-yard line here, so they got a little bit of real estate to cover if they're in the basket with 2:25 left. They still have 2 timeouts, if I recall correctly. Yeah.
And no matter what, you don't want to give the ball back. So you want to score, but no matter what, you want to run the clock out here. You don't want to give them any chance for anything crazy. So you want to score first. If you can't score, you at least want to have a great drive to run out the half.
Pika, nice job, great catch. And he's going to have some forward progress at the 44-yard line. So 5 yards on that play. Get halvesies on that. 2nd and 5 coming up.
You're seeing there's a lot of physicality out there. Big time. Guys are trying to tackle each other with authority on both sides of the ball. That's part of this backyard brawl.
2nd and 5, under 2 minutes remaining, clock moving. Pika, he's got some time, and he throws, and it's completed to Blue, and he will fall forward for the first down. Let's move
those chains.
Always love that, Actually, the spot, okay, there we go. I was going to say, for that spot was a little suspect. It still looks like it's short, but they're going to move the chains anyway. Yeah, it could just be the angle. That's how it goes sometimes. That's all right. 1:41. The clock's still moving. Fremont is going to have to start getting rolling here if they're going to get this going. I mean, they're the 50, but you still got a long way to go. There's 9 and counting left in the first half.
Appears that they're just going to milk that clock.
Probably trying to, go for some gusto here, get a score with as little time on the clock as possible, my guess.
Yeah, here goes the pass. It's a bomb.
Oh, complete! What a catch! And he's out of bounds. Oh, I thought he had one.
That's the bomb I was talking about. I said Fremont has the ability to throw the big play, to make the big play.
I thought his shoestring, John, from here looked like it was in, but, we're a little bit far away from the action, I guess. 1:13. Now, the incomplete pass does stop the clock, which in a way is an advantage for Fremont here. Saves them from having to use a timeout.
And what I always like about throwing passes is it makes sure the defense stays honest. So, and when you have a good passing game, opens the running game. You have a great running game, it opens up the passing game. So, you want to be balanced.
All right. Pika, and they're showing blitz, and he's got to throw it quick. And it's a backwards pass, and nowhere to go. It's actually a big loss on the play. And now they're going to call, there's no flag on the ground, as I was really pushing him back there. Fremont will call a TO with exactly 1 minute remaining in the first half, but that's going to push them way back. Not as far back as Claxton landed there, but still a loss on the play nonetheless. It's going to be 3rd and 15 coming up with the quick timeout. Again, want to give a big shout out to our camera crew tonight, Malaya, Elliot, Jed, and Oliver. We got 3 8th graders and a 7th grader jumping in to help us out tonight to bring this picture to you in your living room or on your cell phone in Technicolor. 720p resolution at 30 frames per second with 0% drop. That's exactly what we like, folks. If you don't understand any of that, that's okay. All it means is you got great sound and great picture, and you're watching a great game tonight. 6-6, 1 minute left before halftime. And this is the type of game, man, I'm telling you what, it's the fall. You can smell the smoke in the air from the smoke burgers. You got the leaves changing. You got the big moon up there, clear night. And it's just a little nip in the air. And this is football, baby.
That's football. That's the best. You love to be hitting when it's cold. I tell you what, the smack of the pads. Love it.
They always sound a little bit louder in the chilly weather here. Let's see what's going to happen here. Pitch out.
Pitch back.
Claxton. Is there going to be a halfback pass?
Oh,
it does.
I love the call, though, but just couldn't execute it.
Yeah. So it was. Claxton just didn't have quite the time to make the halfback. Like the call, but didn't work out. So now with 52 seconds left, Fremont most likely, being that it's 4th and 15 on their own 44, going to have to take this ball.
Yeah, and that's what I was telling you. I was expecting at some point you're going to see the playbook, the things you've been saving all year, trying something, a little razzle-dazzle. So I'm surprised we haven't seen any razzle-dazzle from Prairie Heights. They're looking for something, too.
Now I wonder, is this going to be a little trickeration? Let's see.
It could be.
He does kick it. Takes a good Fremont. Right there to wrap him up. So they will be inside their own 30. 43 seconds is not a lot of time, but I'll tell you what, when Armstrong is on the money, that could put them in great position to score before halftime right away. So we've seen him overshoot his target, but we've also seen him get right on point. And let's see what goes here. I would imagine Prairie Heights going to try to make something happen here. They still have, I believe, 1 TO left, I think.
Yeah, the returns have been pretty shaky.
Yeah.
They're looking for, with the punt. Hopefully there's going to be a little bobble there, or you can.
Yep. Want to remind everybody at halftime we will have seniors of, I believe it's the cheer squad and the band honored at halftime. We'll bring that to you live on the air. Looking to throw. He's got some room. Looking along. Gets through the secondary again. And Fremont second. There were 4 guys right near him. They first. Got 2 yards deep downfield. And maybe a little bit of that prevents you from winning.
I'm not a fan of prevent, but that's, it usually is the smart call. When it comes like the NFL stuff, I can't stand prevent. But, in high school, it's a little different little method. It's different methodology.
And you definitely, they're lining up deep, and they're definitely playing position to try to just cover all the bases if possible here to keep them from doing something. Maybe it gets a pick. Let's see if it turns out that way this time. Running into a little bit of trouble. He's not having much time. And brought down for the sack.
And Coach Thomas.
Woo, Coach Thomas is jacked.
He was jacked. He did that was like a there.
Absolutely.
He was definitely excited about that one.
Well, now the clock is just rolling, and I would imagine Prairie Heights at this point is just they're just going to let the clock run out. I can't imagine they're going to call this play here because there's 10 seconds left. They don't have to call the play, and it could be a total disaster if they do and Fremont gets a pick 6 here. Are they going to call this play? Nope, they did. They're going to let it run. Nope. They did get the ball off. And
He's going to throw it away.
A backwards pass? No, it was a forward pass. Incomplete. Oh, that was risky. I'm not sure I'd have took the snap on that one. That seems like it was a risky play. But in the end, it is what it is. It's an incomplete pass, and we are at halftime here at Max Mitchell Sports Complex. We got the game here, folks, for the Steuben County World Heavyweight Championship belt. It's Prairie Heights 6, Fremont 6. You are watching Fremont Eagles football on the Fremont Eagles Network. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a little bit, and you get a chance to see some of the youth cheerleaders as well as the senior cheer squad and band honored here later.
Hi, how are you doing? Hi, Austin.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce our fall senior athletes and their parents, starting with Kennedy Porra, whose parents are Scott and Tammy Porra. Kennedy is a 4-year member of the girls' golf team, 4-year wrestling manager, and she's a member of student council. Her favorite memory is making it out of sectional the last 3 years and winning the sectional. She plans to go to college and study pharmacy, and her advice to underclassmen is try as many new things as you can. Our next senior is Alexis Book, who's escorted by Ryan Book. Alexis is a 2-year volleyball player, 3 years in basketball, 4 years in softball, 1 year in golf, and she's a member of the student council. Her favorite memory from sports is when she found out that the clubs with the smaller numbers on them were not meant to be used close to the green. She plans to attend college and major in psychology, and her advice to underclassmen is, high school is what you make it. Don't be afraid to try new things and get involved. Our next senior golfer is Autumn Emmerich, who's escorted by Jesse Emmerich. Autumn was a cheerleader for a year. She was in golf for 3 years, 3 years wrestling manager, and in student council. Her favorite memory from sports is on hole 3, and it started pouring. Her and Chloe Glendenning decided to slide down the hill in the pouring rain. She plans to attend Trine University after high school and major in business management. Her advice to underclassmen, don't waste your time doing nothing. Get involved, because one day you're walking through the halls on your first day, and the next day it seems like you're graduating. Next is Reagan Rhodes, escorted by her mother, Melissa Rhodes. Reagan is a 3-year member of the golf team, 4-year manager of the girls basketball team, 3 years of tennis. She's the student council president, the National Honor Society president, and the senior class president. Her favorite memory from golf is when the team and the parents saw that they had made regionals. There was so much excitement throughout the whole team. She plans to go to college and study in psychology, and her advice to underclassmen, do as much as you can because it makes the whole experience so much better. Our final senior golfer is Maddie Sabonchak, who's escorted by her parents, Ramon and Sarah Sabonchak. Maddie is a golfer, 1-year golfer, 2 years in art club, and this is her first year in student council. Her favorite memory was the last match of the season when she hit her best drive of the season. She plans to attend Trine University for business management and communications, and her advice to underclassmen is get involved before your senior year. Also, build each other up as peers. Keep the negativity to yourself. Senior cross-country runner, Quinn Barker, who's escorted by her parents, Troy and Jennifer Barker. Quinn's a 1-year cross-country runner. She's a 4-year member of track, and she's a member of the National Honor Society. Her favorite memory from cross-country is bonding at Friday night family dinners. Her plans after graduation is to go into healthcare and be a PTA or dialysis nursing. Her advice to underclassmen, don't take things too seriously. Enjoy the journey. Next is Gage Forrest, whose parents are Casey and Will Forrest. Gage is involved in the Student Involvement Committee, cross-country, track, swimming, and football. His favorite memory was when Carson McLadger, Aiden McLadger, and Hayden Anston found a random pear tree on their run and started throwing pears at each other. His plans after graduation are to attend college and to major in journalism. And his advice to underclassmen, respect your parents, because at the end of the day, they're the people that'll truly be there for you. Our next senior is Natalie Gokenauer, who's escorted by Mandy Simonin and Jordan Gokenauer. Natalie is a 4-year member of cross country, 4 years in track and field, 4 years in basketball, student council, art club, and she's a member of the Student Athletic Advisory Committee. Her favorite memory from cross country was when Jaden and Emily came to one of her meets with a big poster with her face on it. She plans to attend college and major in marine biology, and her advice to underclassmen is to cherish the little moments because everyone is right when they say time flies. Next is Michaela Gumble, escorted by Matt Gumble and Marianne Schaefer. Michaela is in cross country, basketball, and track and field. Her favorite memory from sports is during conference in her junior year. They all decided to write "We are the fastest" on our arms, and they won second place as a team that day. Her plans after graduation are to go to college and pursue chemical engineering. Her advice to underclassmen: you can either stay the same or you can come out being a better person. Next is Aiden Dornbush, escorted by Chuck Dornbush and Shannon McKibben. Aiden is a tennis player, and his favorite memory were the bus rides to the tennis matches. He intends to go to Ivy Tech, and his advice to underclassmen is you'll miss 100% of the shots you do not take. Next is Braden Gaskill, escorted by Brooke Julian and Travis Gaskill. He's a 4-year member of the track team and a 4-year member of the tennis team. His favorite memory is when his team went to Dairy Queen and got shamed for losing sectional. He plans on attending Ivy Tech and pursuing a business degree. His advice to underclassmen: it always seems impossible until it's done. Next is Jeremy Rohde, escorted by Marilou Rohde and Scott Rohde. Jeremy's a 4-year member of the tennis team, and his favorite memory is winning all the matches. Jeremy plans to attend college after high school. Our next senior is Lexi Banks, escorted by Ben and Sheila Banks. Lexi is a 3-year. She's a girl basketball manager. She's in softball and a 4-year member of the choir. Her favorite memory from cheer was when Autumn dented her leg by kicking Raina's head. Ouch. Her plans after high school to go to college for international or global studies. Her advice to underclassmen: if there's a sport or activity that you want to try, go for it. You never know what you will enjoy. Our next senior is Tanya Sharmer, whose parents are Shamir and Srijana Sharmer. She's a 4-year member of the cheer team and a member of the National Honor Society. Her favorite memory is getting ready before the games with Sophie and Carson, and she plans to attend college in computer engineering. Her advice to underclassmen: don't care too much about what others think of you, and don't change yourself to comply with how others see you. And our final senior is Lauren Teeple, escorted by Jeffrey and Gina Teeple. Lauren is in theater, band, choir, FCA. She's a member of the National Honor Society. She's in cheerleading, art club, Spanish club, key club, and she's a member of student council. Her favorite memory is going to cheer at Disney with some of her teammates in her junior year. After high school, she plans on going to college for a secondary English education degree. Her advice to underclassmen: other people's opinions of you aren't as important as they seem. If they don't like you, that's their problem. Spend your time doing things you actually like. These are our senior athletes and their parents. Let's give them a big round of applause. Congratulations and thanks for your time at Fremont High School.
All right, your fall athletes being honored here at halftime. Always love that. Your senior fall athletes, and we always enjoy that. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back for the halftime show in just a
In
few
just a minute or
moments.
two, we'll be firing T-shirts into the crowd, so heads up. T-shirts are provided by the athletic department and shot at you by members of the Fremont Student Council. Coming at us, incoming. You got to make that catch.
All right, folks, we are back, and it is halftime. It is 6-6, Fremont and Prairie Heights. It is a tight ball game. Before we continue on, we have a special guest that wanted to share a message for Coach Thomas and the Fremont team. Bear with us just a moment here as we share this message with you. This was a very cool message. Here we go.
What's up, guys? This is Cooper here. Trevor asked me to send you guys a message. Played college ball with Trevor, or Coach Thomas to you guys. And great guy, awesome teammate, and hell of a football player. I know he's coaching his butt off. And you guys are in good hands. Just want to say, good luck this week versus the Panthers. Battling through adversity. I know the season's not exactly how you guys wanted to, but battling through adversity is what it's about. This is what football's about. Just keep working. It'll eventually pay off. If not this year, the next year it will pay off, and Trevor's gonna get going. The program will be all good. So just want to say good luck. Thanks.
That was Cooper Rush, starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, giving a well-wish message to Coach Thomas, his former teammate at Central Michigan, and the Fremont Eagles team prior to tonight's game. What a special treat. The only player in Dallas Cowboys history, might I add, to start 4-0 in their career.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Cooper Rush is a great quarterback, but he's even a better human being. He is a great guy. And what makes him great as a quarterback is he's very cerebral.
Oh, yeah.
He is very smart. I want to say in college he was like pre-med or something like that.
I believe
he's
so,
very,
yeah.
very smart, but, he can feel pressure. He has the intangibles that really make him a great quarterback.
Yep.
And what I love was his advice to the high school football team, you got to battle through adversity. Yep. And, I talk to people all the time, and we have this comment. Football is one of the greatest teachers of life.
Amen.
Because everybody's going to have these times. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to lose some yards, but you got to keep moving forward, You're going to have some calls you don't like. Some things aren't going to go your way, but you got to keep persevering. And the team that is the most determined and wants to assert their will in spite of adversity is the one that comes out the victor.
Amen to that, and we just appreciate Cooper Rush for sharing that message with you. At this time, want to get to our Fremont Eagles Network, Fremont Community Schools Students of the Week. I'll start her off, John. We have Charlie Happ. He has outstanding leadership skills and has made exponential progress for Ms. Siders.
Oh, and I have got Kaylin Johnson, Kyla Johnson, Connor Irvin, and these guys have great attitudes and work ethic for Mrs. Sandy Brubaker.
We have Taylor Dennis, Sophia Dancer, and Michael McLean, who are superstars in Mr. Francis High School math classes. And now we have some other superstars here. These are not students, but teachers.
Yes, all the Fremont Community Schools teachers and staff, Mrs. Callahan acknowledges their hard work and dedication to get to this year. And you know
That's
what?
right.
The lights in the box, we don't have any, so
Yeah.
we're reading these in the dark. But you know what? Teachers, you have hearts of gold. You serve your community. You serve students. You do it because you love students, and we are so proud of all of our amazing teachers here in the Fremont community.
Well, I appreciate that, John. Thank you so much. And I know on behalf of all teachers, I thank you for that. I know your wife is a former teacher. She has done a phenomenal job. You've been a teacher in your own right in many different ways, teaching the flock at your church as well as teaching players on the football field, teaching cheer squads. You've been around the block, my man.
Yeah, and both my parents were teachers, so I got to see firsthand the sacrifices that teachers make. And, a lot of times parents just don't know. Well, they learned a little bit during the pandemic.
Yeah,
but they
for
have
sure.
no idea the sacrifices that teachers make, and it's because they love your students, and they want to see kids succeed. So my hat's off to teachers everywhere.
Absolutely. And so, Charlie, Connor Irwin, Taylor Dennis, Sophia Dancer, Michael McLean, you are our Fremont Eagles Network, Fremont Community Schools Students of the Week. And our teachers and staff, you are the Teachers of the Week. All right. Also want to give take a quick look at some of the other things going on here. First off, Fremont next week travels to Lake Station. That is in northwest Indiana. And it is it's a little bit of a drive from here, a little haul out there in northwest Indiana. It's going to be a central time out there in Lake Station. It'll be the regular season finale. The Fremont Eagles Network will not be covering that game, just to let everyone know.
What?
I know we won't be covering the game.
Disappointment.
But my goal is to see if there is a local affiliate that will be broadcasting. And if we get that information, we will definitely share that with you, community, so that you can watch that game as well if you can't make that trip. Also, speaking of some extra football here, the IHSAA Football Tournament Pairing Show will be coming on live on Sunday at 5 p.m. It is a 2-hour show. I don't know why it's got to be 2 hours. That's too long. But it's a 2-hour show starting at 5 p.m. on IHSAATV.org. So Fremont, Prairie Heights, both these teams, as well as some of the others in our area, will be finding out Sunday at 5 o'clock or later exactly where and when they'll be playing sectional football coming up very soon.
Yeah, and hopefully Fremont can draw a home game. That's the great thing. You never know about the sectional that first round. You could get a home game, and, a lot of things can go your way. But it's all the luck of the draw.
Absolutely, luck of the draw. Let's talk a little bit about some of the other high school games going on tonight. Angola at Garrett. And right now, this is a little bit of a shocker here. With the victory, the Hornets will win the NECC Big Division. But as I've just looked at the Twitterverse, at halftime, 1-6 Garrett leads Angola 16-12. Quite a shocking development. Now, there's still another half of football to play, but Angola, I think, was heading to railroader country tonight, hoping to or thinking they were just going to walk in and get a W, and they're getting a little more than they bargained for up to this point.
Yeah, well, again, you're on the road, and anything can happen on the road. I tell you what, Angola's got that new field, and they love being at home, but being on the road is always a tough test for any team. I look at that. You look at what's happening in college. You look at the NFL. You look at high school. When you take the show on the road, there's always intangibles that you got to overcome.
And then also I guess it's the de facto NECC Small Division Championship game going on right now, as Eastside is at Central Noble, and the Blazers are having nothing doing as they're going against these Cougars. They are up 28-0. on the road in Albion. Kind of expected that. That East Side team is a juggernaut.
Yeah, they're just bulldozing people this year. They've got all the positions covered this year. They've got stars in every position, and that's the thing. There's no weak point in this team this year. So, congrats to them. And again, this is what Fremont's working towards, building a program. Yep. East Side's been doing that over the years. Fremont's working on building a program like that, and then we're hoping that next year we're bulldozing people.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have some pieces of the puzzle. We got some new pieces coming in. Speaking of those new pieces, John, we're going to have some great players coming up from the middle level here over the course of the next couple years. And here's how I can tell that, John. In middle school football, our Eagles won the Junior NECC Championship. I believe it's the first time in 19 years. This team finished the season undefeated, 2-0, and they defeated Eastside on the road on Tuesday night, and we had that game live on the Fremont Eagles Network. And I'll tell you what an exciting game. It was tied. Fremont was up 13-0, and they looked like they're going to run away with it. But then Eastside comes back, scores a touchdown on the last play of half. Then in, I believe it was their second possession coming back from the break, they scored again. The game stayed knotted at 13 for a while. and then Fremont got an interception by Alex King, and with 15 seconds left, Colton Armstrong on a sweep runs 60 yards for the score and takes the lead 20-13 with 3 seconds left. And that would be it. Fremont with a huge win. Coach Verdon and the staff definitely deserving big kudos. And I'm telling you what, the Fremont future of varsity football looks very bright, my friend.
Absolutely. Like I said, the processional was so awesome to have the fire trucks coming through town, the line of cars, the celebration, and I can't wait till that happens at the high school level.
All right, and that was your halftime program right here on the Fremont Eagles. Travis Williamson, Realtor. This Fremont grad knows Lake Country Realty, 316-5564, and Lonsbury Garage at 104 South Palm in Fremont, 260-527-3433. Full service maintenance and automotive repair center right here in Fremont. And so we're getting here to the third quarter. Let me get that changed up on the scoreboard. That would help as we get ready for the second half of tackle football here at Max Mitchell Sports Complex.
The boot. Nice. It's going to get great position right there for Fremont. Fantastic field position.
And now
a wild kick too. That was one of the ones that's hard to handle, and he came right up with it. And Fremont is in business at the 35.
And that was, I think that was 62 Xander Rao who came up with that ball to give Fremont some excellent field position here to start here in the third quarter. So it'll be apparently third down. There we go. First down. First and 10. Fremont, ball at the 36. That is good field position here to start us off.
Let's get some home cooking here, boys.
Pika looking to throw. Got some good time. And I believe he did catch it.
Are they going to give it to him?
The official is saying he did. Yes, he did catch it. He couldn't see it. It was obscured, but he caught that ball, and it was not a trap. So they're going to discuss it. The official standing at the 40-yard line just threw up his hands. He kind of did one of those Jordan moves, like what happened there. And so they're going to discuss it here. They don't have the luxury of a jumbotron here. We're working on that, folks, here at Max Mitchell Sports Complex. But they're going to call it no catch. I find that
perspective. It looked like a catch. I mean, it was close, but not. There was no way of a trap. I'm not sure. I thought they had the angle to see that, but again, what can you do? Everything's happening in real time.
Yeah.
And as much as when I was a coach, officials crazy, you do have to give them the benefit of the doubt because this is all happening in real time. It's not like you see on TV where you can look at it in slow-mo.
Do you have to give them? Okay, I guess we do.
I mean, I try to be classy up here.
And then we have a flag, and what's the call here? And so Fremont is going back, so it'll be 2nd and 15 coming up. Just underway in the second. 6-6 Fremont and Prairie Heights knotted up in the Steuben County World Heavyweight Championship of Tackle Football here from Max Mitchell Sports Complex. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Love to get your comments, positive vibes for either player, either team here. Pika trying to get something going, just can't make it happen. Can't seem to find a target and can't seem to find a hole.
Yeah, that was a coverage sack right there.
So now it's 3rd and, many Christmas, 20, maybe 21 coming up. Yikes.
And that's what I'm saying. Pika has the wheels at some, as the season progresses, like I said, he's going to start seeing those. I definitely think he can make something out of nothing if he chooses to tuck in some of those situations. Now, the pressure was crazy, but I'm saying the kid's got wheels. He's a great athlete. He's a smart kid. So I definitely think you're going to see sometimes, especially going in the sectional, where he's going to take that ball and jet, and we're going to see good things come out of it.
So 3rd and 20 coming up. Pika, not much time. Tries to scramble.
Right there. And he's going to tuck it. Now, again, he didn't get away there, but I'm saying is he can use it. He's a weapon there. But the one thing that's so hard for Pika is that the second the ball is snapped, it seems like he's got pressure in his face, So
he has a little more time than he's had in some recent previous weeks, but frankly, not much more on most plays. When he does have time, he's executing very well, passing and running, but just hasn't been the way when Prairie Heights has been throwing 1 or 2 linebackers in on a blitz each time.
And he's a great student, too. He's just a great guy.
Absolutely. Kick, and it hit Fremont in the helmet, I believe.
The refs didn't see that one.
Yeah. Not seeing a whole lot.
So,
Wait, did I say it? Excuse me. Excuse me. I just think I coughed a little bit there. 10:02 left here in the third quarter. Tied 6-6. You're watching Fremont Eagles football. Fremont Eagles Network. We're going to give a shout out to some of our sponsors here. Eagle One Stop, your pregame and postgame headquarters, whether it's pizza, Subway, chicken, or Eagle Bites. Give them a call at 495-3110. Especially tomorrow, folks. Load up with a few Zaz for college football Saturday. We'll talk about some of those games here later. DQ Grill and Chill offering classic Sunday stack burgers, chicken baskets, and blizzards at 1303 North Wayne in Angola. 319-4436.
Lonsberry, you mentioned them. They should get the Billboard Award.
Oh, they definitely have the great billboards, don't they? That's for sure. Look at this. Rumbling, stumbling. Huge run by Kyle for a gain of 15. And he's just taking the team on his back on that play. I would imagine they're going to keep going that route.
Well, that was more of what I was talking about first half. I expect to see when the second half comes, when guys are tired, and, you got a lot of guys playing both ways, then you start to see less dancing and more power running. And I expect to see that both sides for Fremont and Prairie Heights. You're going to see much more power running because, again, guys going both ways. So
Absolutely.
Conditioning is a factor.
For sure. Armstrong surveys. Quick throw. Nice slant.
Wow,
Ooh.
That could have been an iron.
That was dangerous. That could have been intercepted by Cope or possibly Hayden Anderson, but squeezed in between everybody and falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. Travis Williamson, Realtor. This Fremont grad knows Lake Country Realty, where there's 5564 in a Lonsberry garage. This full service maintenance auto repair center at 104 South Baum and 260-527-3433 to make your appointment. And here's the snap again. And a give to 14. That's Daniels.
Man, he's got
a hole. He may get all the way. He's down inside. Down to the 15, near the 10-yard line. Big run by Jaden Daniels. And suddenly, they're motoring and in the red zone.
Well, that was a hole. I mean, I'm telling you, that was a lane. We talk about things opening up. This is when you got guys going both ways. The line really, they decide the games a lot of times in the second half. Because can you continue? The team that can get the push, the team that says, I will assert my will against you, I'm going to move you across this line, the lines are definitely going to be a factor in the second half.
There's a give to Big Hoss, number 40 again, just taking jerseys with him inside. And it's going to be close to first and goal. Actually, it'll be 2nd and 2 inside the 5, and still they could get a first down inside the 2 if they get there.
And that, again, there's some power running. There's some battles going on. Again, this is where the defense is going to have to pin their ears back and make something happen. Now, the bad news is you're deep in your own territory. The good news is you make a stop, huge momentum. There's excitement. It lifts your whole team here. So it's time for a big stand here by the D.
Touched in the end zone is Kyle, and suddenly the Panthers are up 12-6 with 8:23 left in the third quarter, and the first lead of the game for the Panthers, a 2-point conversion, 8-point lead. I believe that's what they're going to be doing here. Let's see.
Either team, you'll see any kicking.
I'm pretty sure you won't. Not much. Long call by the coaches coming in.
You would think when you do band calls, it'd be so much faster. We're towards the end of the season here.
And complete. I'll be honest with you, that play call, it was too much finesse and too much moving parts there.
And you've been able to run the ball.
Yeah.
Why don't you just, say we're going to do what we just did?
I just give it to Kyle and just say, go forward. Just go straight ahead. Go vertical.
You could be doing some tempo. The whole point of doing the wristband thing is so you don't have to huddle. You can go and boom, 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 and put a team on their heels, get the defense on their heels. I'm not understanding. Well, just huddle up at this point.
Maybe it's a little prep for the postseason. Maybe, I don't know, but I'm still thinking you got to win a ball game. I'm thinking you want to win the game first. You don't want to think about that quite yet.
Yeah, and there's a method always. The coaching staffs always have a method. Things that we don't, they know that I true for sure.
Yep.
But I mean, if you're going to take that much time, why not just huddle and make sure everybody's clear?
Absolutely, no question about it. Before we get to this kickoff, give a shout out to a couple more sponsors. GW's Butcher Block, 517-278-2787 at 103 East Toledo. They got chicken, pork, beef, seafood, sauces, snack sticks, jerkies, deli meat, sauces, and much, much more. GW's Butcher Block, A&J Alternators and Starters. Coach Reach has you covered with self-storage, alternator starter repair and building, and U-Haul rental at 1188 East State Road 120 in Fremont, 260-495-1655. That's A&J Alternators and Starters. And here we go on the kick. Now, might it be another little squibber onside here? Almost had it earlier.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, no.
Deep
kick.
Wow, that was...
Oh, no.
Fremont's got to get on that ball quick. And he does get near the 20, but not quite. So it is out of bounds at the 17-yard. So Fremont had not great field position to start with, but you know what? Fremont's offense, if they can get some things moving and grooving and churning and burning, suddenly they can be back in business across the 50 and beyond. Let's see if we can make that happen.
Yeah, my heart stopped a little bit. Anytime you see that bobble, your heart stops. But he was able to make something out of it, and so props to him, not losing his head, making something happen.
All right, so we have 1st and 10, Fremont at their own 17-yard line. Prairie Heights almost jumped off again. And Prairie Heights, whoa, look at this. Colin Green squeaks away.
Oh,
he's going the other way. Oh, man. It looked pretty
loose. Loose. He's going to be gone.
He almost had a lot of green, and Green did. In the end, it was a Barry Sanders-esque 1 yard.
Yeah, that was a lot of work for 1 yard, but I'm telling you what, like you said, he had a lot of green in front of him. This is the thing. There's so much positives I can take from every play, right? Where Fremont's at, because I feel like it's a step away on some of these plays that we've had.
The way I've described it for most of the year is we've got all the pieces of the puzzle. We're not missing any of them. It's just trying to fit them all together in the right place. Once we get that, man, we're going to be in great shape.
And there's a lot of time left in this ball game.
For sure. Oh, nice misdirection there. Pika throw, and
Interference?
No interference.
Early. Coach Thomas is thinking the same thing I made. He was there.
It looked pretty clean to me, though, I'll have to say. I mean, Blue went for it and was hit just as he was trying to make the catch, but another Fremont player, which I didn't catch the number, might have been Colin Green, almost was able to get that off the deflection. Not quite, but it'll be incomplete. 3rd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, it's real interesting to see. Like I said, before the game started, I thought this would be a close game, and it really has. And so the way I always look at football, these kind of games, like a heavyweight boxing match, you get knocked down, you got to get back up, and you've got to answer the bell. You've got to answer with a touchdown. So that's kind of what it is this, you got 2 heavyweight fighters here, and now Fremont's got to answer.
Fremont looking to throw. Complete. Oh, my goodness. Claxton was upended with a shoestring tackle there. Flipped him up. And that's going to bring up 4th down and a short, actually, line of scrimmage. So Fremont looking like they're going to have to punt again.
Yeah, this is definitely, you're not risking here. Again, because the return has been a little shaky, be looking for something to happen here. A punt's not your worst play right now. And that was an interesting punt.
And it will get out to the midfield mark and beyond. And so
it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's just got to be effective.
And it certainly wasn't pretty. That's for sure. But Prairie Heights will take over at their own side of the field at least, but at the 49-yard line. Yeah, a little bit. John Bruni and Drew Kiesbert bringing the call to you here on the network tonight. Always great. Coach Bruni in the hay out. And about once a year or so. And I tell you what, he's fired up.
I do.
And almost a sack. And a big sack!
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what we like to see from our Fremont defense, a big shtick. And gets him down at about the 41-yard line, a loss of 10 on the play. And the Fremont D stepping up big.
Yeah, once you get fired, when you've been a coach, it's hard to turn that off. I try to be much better and much less of a homer.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised the things that I'm not saying tonight because I don't want to get canceled. But
Don't worry,
I don't
you won't
want
get
somebody
canceled.
from Brushy Prairie to say, that guy's mean.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I am a homer, but I'm trying to do better at that. But it's hard to turn it off. You just want to get down there and you want to pat up yourself.
Absolutely. Look at this run. Around the corner, Kyle gets all that back and more, but then we have another flag on the Prairie here, another hanky. I think that's a hold coming back, and it is. It's a hold coming back, and Prairie Heights shooting themselves in the foot. 21 yards on the carry by Kyle, all for naught, negated, and that ball's going to come back. In fact, it's going to end up being a net loss of 2 after the penalty.
And you know what? As a team, that just frustrates you, but especially if you're the ball carrier, because you're thinking, man, what do I have to do to make something happen? Here I have a great run and negates the whole thing. It's so deflating and so demoralizing, and that's why I said in these type of games, discipline is such a big thing. These mental errors can cost you the ball game.
Well, Fremont will try to take advantage. They've had a couple good defensive plays there, and then the penalty. And so let's see if Fremont can capitalize. It's going to be second and about 20. It looks like about 22 coming up. And this is 14. Daniels got some good moves and gets and makes a big chunk of that back up. So it's now going to be third and about 6, third and 7, something like that.
And here's where you're going to see a lot of holding is that when you're in a very physical ball game against one of your biggest rivals, you tend to hold on to that block a little too long too. So it's not just a regular hold, but both sides of the ball, you want to engage just a bit longer than you should.
Yeah.
And it's just the physical nature of a rivalry.
So this is a big key play for Fremont. They've got to get a good defensive stop here. Tell you what, Prairie Heights, if they keep handing the ball off, it works, and it looks like it's going to work here. But maybe not this time.
Nothing doing, not so fast, my friend.
And the Fremont defense stiffens up, 1 yard loss.
Yeah, they are not going to be able to run the ball. If they want to continue success, they're going to have to bounce it out, and that's where they've been finding that, running off tackle or running around, getting it bounced outside somehow, finding a lane, but there's not going to be anything open in the middle. Fremont's going to shut that down.
Now, this is a curious position here because you're on the Fremont side of the 50, and you're showing punt. Might you go for the fake?
Yeah, absolutely, I would, but I'm a gambler.
Almost blocked, and Prairie Heights actually bounces out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. 20, 21, 22. It's kind of like the cliffhanger game on Price is Right. When he's going up there, that's what the referee does when you're on the sideline. That was free of charge, ladies and gentlemen. A little in there.
And I've watched it, this year. That's why I said I would go for it, because I've watched so many times in high school football this year when you're at the 50 and you only net 10 yards out of the punt.
Yeah.
Because of the return, or it's just one of those things. But again, I'm a gambler, and it was a time to maybe surprise some people.
Well, Fremont is only down by 6. They could potentially score on this drive and take the lead if they can get something moving here forward instead of backwards. 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Looking to throw. He's got time, but the pocket collapses, and he's not getting away again. Got to get rid of the ball. I think if you're in a position where you sense things going on, you got to run away and throw. He got out of the pocket. He could have thrown that away and avoided taking the sack, and now suddenly you're way back at the 12-yard line. Huge loss of 10.
And see, from where I'm at, I can't tell if that was a coverage sack or if it's just, indecisiveness yet. And again, he wants to make something happen. He's all heart, So it's a tough position to be in, but when you feel that pressure, that's where you got to make a decision. Get rid of it or run. And like I said, this is the thing. I know this guy's got wheels, so I really would like to see him take one to the house tonight. I think we're going to see it before the night's over.
Pika, and it's a broken play, and it's picked off, and it's a score for Prairie Heights as Fremont.
We got flags everywhere.
Wait a minute. What's the scoop here? Lots of flags. Wait a minute. Is that going to pull the score off the board? Let's see what's...
Laundry everywhere. When a lineman scores, that's the dream.
And it's against Prairie Heights. Now, does that...
Is that on sports?
Is it...
I didn't even see what
I believe that's what it is, but now how does that work? Does that negate the play? Fremont keeps the ball? Does the interception stand? Does the touchdown stand? And it's after the play?
I think
a lot
the
to work with
interception
here.
will stand, but whether the score will, I'm not sure. My thing is, did it happen after the score? Was the flag after the score?
Right.
I'm looking into a wall up here in this press box.
Yeah.
So what I saw, the score must have counted. And are they gonna kick?
They're gonna kick. And the score, I guess the score stands here. Okay. So I'm assuming it's going to be a penalty assessed after on the kickoff here. So here is the kick, and it's blocked.
And that's why I assumed they wouldn't kick, because unless you have a really good high school. Now, he showed that he can kick off. I was surprised, because coaches do have a sheet that tells you whether you should go for one or go for two. So I don't know if he was just looking at the card there. I don't have the card in front of me.
Yeah, well, it looked like on that play it was a design jailbreak, and Prairie Heights was right there to make the grab and take it to the house. I mean, it was
a lineman dream. I mean,
it was a lineman's
that
dream.
guy's like, I mean, he'll be thinking about that play. He'll be telling that story like 50 years from now.
Yeah, he will.
If Jesus doesn't come back, he'll be like, remember that time? Fremont, Indiana, when
Yeah.
But now, this is the thing. If you're Fremont offense, that lights a fire under you.
Yeah.
So, this game is by no means over. We got a full quarter plus 3 minutes this quarter. But now the fire has been lit. It's time to get things rocking and rolling. And, Pika's going to be the general here. This is where, you decide, I'm going to be the general. I'm going to take you down the field. Trust me. The linemen are going to block here. And you're going to get great field position because of the penalty on the kickoff. So
they're going to be from a great advantage for Fremont, especially if they can get a good return out of the deal
you
here.
can take one to the house here, just This is definitely one if you're ever going to try and get one returned to the house and set up a nice kick return. The wall, there's all different kinds of things that you can have return.
Yeah. Absolutely. So here comes the kick coming up here.
Yeah, we'll be interested to see. This is where this guy's got to have a really good kick. Otherwise, Fremont is either going to take it to the house or have fantastic field position.
And he kicks it off. Nice kick.
That's a nice move.
But takes it at the 30, so Fremont will get some decent field position. But just no blocking. Fremont had no blocking there. And that is just one of those things that just frustrates you.
And you'll notice that Prairie Heights has been gaining momentum. The sideline was pretty quiet first half. Now they're wooing and they're yeeing and they're yawing. Fremont, if I'm a player, if I'm a Fremont player, that gets me fired up. I'm like, guess what?
Now's the time.
Now is the time. I got things I want. I can't say. I'm just saying I'm going to make sure you don't do any more talking is what I would be as a player right now.
Do your talking with your business.
Talk with the pads is what I always say.
Absolutely. So 1st and 10 ball on the Fremont 37. Fremont's got to get some things moving here. Claxton comes over on the near side, trips right. Pika. And it's going to be an end around, but he's got some room. And he will get a gain of about 2 on the play, but not much more than that.
I thought he was going to break it. I really did. I thought he was going to break out of that.
Actually, it was a fumble. Came up with it, but it still ends up being a short gain. And we got a hurry up here by Fremont here coming up 2nd and 9.
Well, Coach Thomas has lots of tricks up his sleeve, and so he's definitely an offensive genius in calling plays.
And for Claxton, Beams Funeral Home, celebrating life with dignity. Longtime supporters of Fremont Eagle Pride at 200 West Toledo in Fremont, 495-2915. Fremont Chiropractic offering the special initial consultation and first visit deal. It's only $21, folks. Dr. Temple is open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at his office at 119 East Toledo in Fremont. 527-0370 to make your appointment tomorrow. Chuck's Custom Concrete, offering the highest quality workmanship you won't find anywhere else. 260-705-8630. Pika He's got some room, pitch and catch, and great defense there. Good catch by Blue, but great defense there by Trenton Daniels to keep him from moving anywhere beyond that. It's going to be 4th and 3 coming up. Fremont, I think at this point, they're going to have to go.
Yeah, and like I said, Coach Thomas really is so good at drawing up offensive plays. He really has that offensive mindset. So, again, it's just we got to execute those things. So, this is going to be a huge play. This is where you decide, what kind of team you're going to be right here on this play.
All right, 4th down, key play. Let's see, can they try to draw him? And they do. There it is, draws him off sides. And that was a big momentum shift there for Fremont here to keep the Eagles in the game. That could have spelled disaster for Fremont if they weren't able to convert. So Fremont gets a free pass. Move those
chains. I love that. I love that hard count, getting the draw there. Like I said, you got there. You're near the 50 at this point in the game. You're going to have to take it, especially with the score the way it is. And that was a great call. Way to be disciplined by our offense. We're not giving our offensive line enough credit for not jumping on those two.
Yeah, amen.
So great job all around, Fremont offense.
Good discipline and control. 1st and 10, fresh set of downs coming up here. Good run up the middle. And that's Claxton. It's going to be a gain of about 2 on the play after the forward progress. Fremont Nutrition, 260-261-0050. Stop by and see them for some healthy shakes, energy bombs, protein coffee, energy bites, and cardio drumming at 104 Toledo and Fremont. That's Fremont Nutrition. I'm heading there tomorrow, John. I'm going to pick me up one of those aloe shots. I think Mandarin might be the way I'm going this time. I'm also going to get that butter pecan shake, which tastes to me just like butter pecan ice cream, but I know it's healthy because it's Fremont Nutrition.
That's right. You know what? This is really interesting to see that Prairie Heights has been doing a lot of gang tackling tonight here in the second half. You notice it hasn't been one person making the tackle. It's been gang tackling, and that's been very effective for them. Almost jump again, but there I said,
and they did.
Oh, the hog molly was fast that time. And I can say that, folks, because I'm a hog molly, so I can say that.
Yep.
But he was just a little bit too much and not fast enough to get back.
That's right. So 2nd and 3 now after that penalty, maybe 2.5. 26 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Fremont has an opportunity here.
Here we go. Nice pass and catch. That is definitely a catch.
And he is in bounds, and Fremont will move.
Yeah, and that's good discipline, and you'll see the big guy coming off right here. And, again, football is tailor-made for us big guys. But it's discipline on the offense. When you see that guy lined up against you, and you know they're coming for you not to jump. So, like I said, I'm really proud of the offensive line not jumping and really drawing off the Prairie Heights defense.
14.2 seconds left. Well, maybe the last play of the 3rd quarter here. Fremont trails. Got to get something going here. And, off the fingertips and incomplete. 10 seconds remaining now.
And that's
Pika
why
slow to get up.
You run the tip drill in practice. You always see the guys doing the tip drill because that's where, again, the turnover can happen. And so you want to have that determination. When that ball goes up in the air, you've got to come down with it or make sure they don't come down with it.
Got a programming note here, folks. Fremont JV football game has been canceled. So unfortunately here this year, no JV football. But as Fremont builds the program, roster numbers up, get some more opportunities out there for some players, especially with the younger grades moving into high school. I think there's going to be a future JV season, and I hope that's next year.
Absolutely. It's a numbers game. The more guys you have out, the more games you get to play.
All right, so 10.2 seconds left here. A give to Claxton, and a good hole there. Good gain of about 3 or 4, maybe. We'll call it 3 on the play. And that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Your Fremont Eagles trail, but threatening, down 18-6. You're watching Fremont Eagles football on the Fremont Eagles Network. So talk a little bit here. We're going to talk a little bit here about some of the other fall sports and some of the results here and the future here. Volleyball, the Lady Eagles were at Eastside last night and got the W, knocking off the Lady Blazers in 3 sets. Excellent job, Lady Eagles. And so Fremont will head to the NECC tournament at West Noble tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And then sectionals for volleyball will be on Thursday at Westview. Their game is at 7:30. And then if they win, they will travel to Prairie Heights on Saturday at 12:30 with the championship also at Prairie Heights regardless. And that will be a 6 p.m. championship game next Saturday. Also, cross-country team, the squads head to West Noble, The squads head to West Noble for the sectional championship tomorrow morning over in Ligonier, and that will be girls will start their run. The gun will be fired at 10:30 a.m. for the girls and 11 a.m. for the boys. That will be cross country. So good luck to those squads as they are in sectional play this weekend and next week.
And that school is built for cross country. You know, you got the football stadiums up on the hill.
Yeah,
you know, it's the walk of doom to get up there.
And they host the regional also.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and definitely because they got a great course out there. Looking to throw, and Pika is just swarmed. There is no blocking for Pika at all, and he is just getting obliterated play after play here. Fremont's offensive line has got to stiffen up here.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if you guys watched the NFL game, but one of the players, this a couple weeks ago, then the Tampa Bay got in a fight, and they said, "Why'd you do that?" He said, "Because he went after my quarterback." That's Tom Brady.
That's right.
So you kind of have to have that. I'm not condoning fighting for all you parents out there. I don't want
fighting in a metaphorical sense.
Yes. But you've got to protect your quarterback, and so that's the thing. He's your quarterback. You got to protect him. So here we go. This is a big 4th down.
Huge 4th down play.
I think it's going to be a punt. But
and it is, yeah. And it is a kick. And it will be a good Fremont kick. Near the 10-yard line. I think maybe right on the maybe the 10 or 11-yard line. So great kick and puts Prairie Heights near their own goal line. That's a great place to start for them. For us, I should say.
Run. I really was hoping he was going to.
Yeah, right.
Because, you know, again, I just think that kid's got so much athletic ability. You know, again, he's going to get his chances, though. The sectional's coming. Things are happening. And there's a whole time left. If anybody needs to understand this, if you're on that sideline right now, there is a ton of time left in this game. So, again, the deficit is not that big at all.
I want to give a big shout out to Bree Sterling, who says, "Let's go Fremont," and doing great, Jed, who's helping us with our camera tonight. So thank you for the comments. Always love that. And a big run. And gain of about 5 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd and 5 here. Eagle One Stop, your pregame and postgame pizza, Subway, chicken, or Eagle Bites. And see them at 101 Toledo. Get some fresh Zaz. 495-260-495-3110. DQ Grill and Chill offering classic Sunday stack burgers, chicken baskets, and blizzards at 1303 North Wayne in Angola. 260-319-4436. They also got those awesome ice cream cakes. Ice cream cake, do the ice cream and cake, man. I love those things. Those are so, so good. You ever had one of those Buster bars?
I have, but I like the cheese curds better. I'm a savory guy. I love the sweet, but I love the savory.
Good call. Throw and complete on that screen play, and not much. Good job for the Fremont defense to keep him.
Swarm there.
Might be maybe the line of scrimmage back, but yeah, Mrs. K, she likes the chicken strips with the gravy and the Texas toast. Always good.
The toast is always a hit.
And sometimes you just, you know, if you're going to go to DQ Grill and Chill, as we always used to say, you got to put your crunk teeth in.
You got to go crunk.
You got to get your grill in, get your chill on.
Go grill. It's the grill and chill, baby.
Oh, man.
I thought we'd get some more comments on the line. Let's blow this thing up, peoples. Come on. Let's blow it up out there.
All right, waiting for the comment line to come on here, the Fremont party line. Oh, ball on the ground, and a throw and complete after all that, and finally brought down at the 28-yard line. So a first down, completed pass and catch to Philip Sheets, senior tight end. And Prairie Heights gets a first down with 9:28 left in the ball game. Fremont's going to need to get some big plays happening here. They're running out of time if they're going to put 2 more scores up on the board with a chance to win here.
Well, this is where Prairie Heights slowing the game down is an advantage. When you've got the lead, this is when you want to milk the clock. So it'll be interesting to see if they let that clock wind down every time or not, if they let it get down to 1 or...
And it looked like Prairie Heights moved, but they did not throw the flag. And here comes again around the corner is Jaden Daniels. Cuts back midfield and beyond. He's at the 40, the 30. It's a foot race. He's got some blocking. And then we have a flag coming way back here. But I believe he's in for the score. Now we'll see what the flag is. It may be a little bit of some discussions here. Way back at the 42. We're going to hold off on putting the score down just yet.
If it is coming back, Prairie Heights cannot get out of their own way on these.
So let's see what the man in the white hat has to say. There's some discussion. I mean, it looked like, I believe it was Cope. And they're going to call the touchdown. And they're going to call it unsportsmanlike, but who's the unsportsmanlike against? Coach Herndon is absolutely livid, heading down to the field, and Coach Thomas has got to be absolutely puzzled and confused.
I did not see anything that would be unsportsmanlike. I was expecting to hear some kind of hold or maybe a clip, but because I was watching the runner, I didn't see.
So Coach Herndon is all the way down there meeting up with Coach Thomas and the official to say, why in the heck would that be an unsportsmanlike conduct and a touchdown still allowed? To me, you would think that would disallow the touchdown and force that play to come back because it was in the middle of the action. The flag was at the 42-yard line. Not scored yet. It was against Prairie Heights. To me, that makes no sense. It was in the middle of the play when that happened. That should come back. That, to me, I'm just going to say it. To me, that's not a good officiating play on that. I don't like that. No, sir, I didn't like it.
Well, Drew, I did not see that. I was busy watching the runner, so I didn't see it. So.
And the kick is good. I'll tell you, Gage Cope was almost laying down on the field.
That's what I saw. I saw the after effects. I did not see an unsportsmanlike conduct. So I didn't actually see the hit that caused that. But if it was what we're talking about, right, I don't see how that doesn't negate, because the play, it was not after the touchdown was scored.
No,
what I'm trying to say is
the play was still going on. If it wasn't after the touchdown.
That's my point.
It was at the 42-yard line. The runner was still at the 20 or 25-yard line when that developed. Well, now the officials are discussing, but they can't take that back. I mean, it's a score for Prairie Heights.
Extra point. I mean,
Yeah, to me, that's one of those that IHSAA needs to review and say, okay, guys, I think you made the wrong call. I mean, they made the right call in terms of the penalty. It wasn't unsportsmanlike.
Did you actually see the hit? See, I didn't see it.
I didn't personally see it. I'll have to go back and look at the replay.
That's what I'm saying. I'll have to go back and see it.
But if he called it as an unsportsmanlike conduct in the field of play while the play was still going, that should come back. And I don't understand why that's not the case.
I originally thought it was going to be some kind of hold or a clip. I saw where the flag occurred. So I thought for sure it's coming back because the run was still going on. And that's why I thought, man, if you clip somebody when the ball's way on the other side of the field, how crazy of ridiculous mental error is that?
Yeah.
But it's even worse to have unsportsmanlike.
Right.
But it happened before the score.
Right.
So that's where you've got to wonder what's going on.
That's why I'm dumbfounded, perplexed. I don't know. I feel like we got hoodwinked.
Like here, I went from saying Prairie Heights can't get out of their way, and I should say Prairie Heights got away with one.
I feel like they did, but it is what it is, and so Fremont is going to have to make some adjustments right now. They got 8:50 left if they're going to Prairie Heights and getting the W here. Big kick, and then they're going to call offsides, so that's going to move them back 5 extra yards to the 20.
Well, historically, I don't want to get in trouble for saying this, but historically, in this game, Prairie Heights and Fremont have had a lot of extracurricular, and I'm not saying who's had more or less.
Right.
But it appears that we're seeing some of that come out.
I agree.
I'm sure it's going to be both teams. I'm just saying.
Right.
Historically, we see that towards the end of the game. Let's hope it's.
Well, I agree, and I feel like emotions are running high from both sides. You really want to win this game, and Fremont just, have not been able to get the scores that they've needed. I mean, they started out so strong, went right down the field, put 6 on the board, and you thought, okay, it looks like Fremont is right on the money here. And then they just couldn't seem to get anything else on offense. Looked like it was a close game for a while, and then here in the second half, Prairie Heights has really taken over. Got a little bit of extra help, to be honest with you, on that last play, but it is what it is. And so Fremont has to respond.
Nice kick. Nice catch and nice return there.
And he gets to mid. So it will be at about the 50-yard line. They're going to call it the 49. With 8:44 left, Fremont trails Prairie Heights 25-6. You're watching Fremont Eagles football on the Fremont Eagles Network. We're going to go through one more time our sponsors here as we continue on. Eagle One Stop, your pregame and postgame headquarters, whether it's pizza, Subway, chicken, or Eagle Bites. Stop by and see them at 101 West Toledo in Fremont, or give them a call at 260-495-3110. DQ Grill and Chill, 260-319-4436 at 1303 North Wayne in Angola. With those classic Sunday stack burgers, chicken baskets, and blizzards, it's all good. Travis Williamson Realtor, 316-5564. He knows Lake Country Realty. Stop by and see him at Mike Thomas Associates at 1870 West 200 North in Angola.
Fremont's got to have some quick scores here.
He's being in pursuit, and the ball's on the ground, and I believe Prairie Heights is going to recover it.
That was a live ball.
And it will be a Prairie Heights fumble recovery. 1st and 10, Panthers.
That's a frustrating play, trying to make something happen. And like I said, my heart goes out to Pika because he's just trying to make something happen.
He's a competitor, wants to make something happen. I don't blame him one bit.
Yeah, so it is just tough. Now, defense gets forced a turnover. This is where, as a team, you got to say, we got to step up and make something happen. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be interesting to see which player will step up and say, I'm going to make something happen. I'm going to punch the ball out. I'm going to, strip it. I'm going to do something. It's a turnover, so it's got to happen right now.
I agree. Looking to throw. And incomplete, intended for number 7. Jaden Stutzman on the play.
Now, I am in no way somebody that should second-guess what coaches want to do, but I'm surprised they're throwing the ball just on the risk basis, not about running scores up. I'm just saying, why take a risk of an interception?
Well, not only that, but when you run the ball and you keep it in the middle of the field of play, it melts clock. Is what you want to do here. I mean, I feel that's kind of the way that they ought to be designing this thing, because now the clock stopped. The clock is not moving until the ball's snapped. So, I mean, it could have been a minute less on the clock at this point.
You get a pick 6 and Fremont back in it.
Amen.
So, like I said, I'm really surprised that they did that.
Run, and good run, and still in the field of play, number 5, Matthew Roberts, and that will be a first down for Prairie Heights. James Bruni jumps in and says, if the Eagles come back, Eagle bites are on me. All right. The soul doctor.
The soul doctor, I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to that.
Oh, James, you're killing me. Oh, and we want to hear from the karaoke kid. I don't think you're going to hear much karaoke from the karaoke kid tonight, but appreciate it.
It takes 2. Come on, I want to hear it, Drew.
But I do see, don't stop believing. We won't stop believing.
I want to hear some Rob Bass.
Maybe next time. All right, here's the run. This is Kyle, and look at this. Huge hole, cut back to the middle of the field and inside or near the 10-yard line, and another first down for Prairie Heights, and the wheels just seem like they're coming off now at this point.
Well, again, this is why I thought once they threw that pass, it'd see we just want to run the ball. But Fremont's got to step up and stop that run.
Yeah.
And one of the ways you do that, you lay a lick on somebody, and that's what's got to happen. It's physicality.
Lonsbury Garage offering a full-service maintenance and automotive repair center at 104 South Baum in Fremont, 527-3433. Quality service at a fair price. Appreciate Lonsbury Garage. Kyle with another run, right, and he's still moving, but the pile finally be a gain of a few yards on the play. GW's Butcher Block, 517-278-2787 at 103 East Toledo and Fremont. Chicken, pork, beef, seafood, sauces, snack sticks, jerky, deli meat, sauces, and much, much more. That's GW's Butcher Block. A&J Alternators and Starters, 495-1655. Self-storage, alternator, starter, repair, and rebuilding. U-Haul Rental at 1188 East State Road 120. Coach Reitz has you covered at A&J Alternators and Starters.
Yeah, they're going to start milking this clock.
Yeah.
They're going to let it get down to 2 or 3 before they're going to snap the ball here.
And that is the clock management that we kind of expected at this point in the game. Now, if he would have cut back left, he had a wide open chasm to get towards the end zone, but he kept moving forward. But it does keep the ball in the field of play and does keep the clock moving, too.
And the players are still fighting. I'm out there watching. That was a good, nice tackle. Keep doing what you're doing. It doesn't matter what the score is. You still have personal responsibility. You want to play your best game, no matter what the score is.
The clock will be under 6.5 minutes when Prairie Heights snaps this next ball. Beams Funeral Home, celebrating life with dignity. A longtime supporter of Fremont Eagle Pride at 200 West Fremont, 495-1655. Looking to throw towards the end zone and picked off. And Fremont will get the interception, and it gives them a little hope, a little spark.
That's exactly what I was talking about. I'm not one to second guess, but I would just say why. But, as a Fremont fan, I'm happy you did it. But it makes no sense to me.
No, I agree. To me, I'm thinking just punch it in.
Yeah, you had a chance to put the nail in the coffin, and then you just, I don't understand that mentality.
Give it to Kyle. Just give it to Kyle.
So, again, hey, I'm fired up about that.
We'll take it. So Fremont now, they're at their own 5, however, so they got a long way to go to put the biscuit in the basket, and they don't have much time left to do that. Down 3 scores, essentially, at this point. 19 points, 6:21 left in this ball game.
The angles of the press box are very interesting in the design here that you can only see part of the field.
And Pika gets the ball out, but it falls incomplete. He was in danger of getting sacked in the end zone for a safety at that point.
Now, you've been in some of the other spots. Can the coaches see the full field from their spots?
I don't know. I think if you lean forward pretty heavily, you get a chance to see that. It's a little tough up here, to be honest with you.
It's a little challenge when it gets in the corner.
Yeah. Because you're so far down the field, it's just a difficult prospect here. But 6:16 remaining in this game. 2nd and 10 coming up. Pika throws.
Nice pass.
Completed. Wow. Nice tip and catch there. And he gets out to near the 15-yard line. It'll be close to a first down for Fremont.
And the big thing is it gets you out of the hole there. So it gets you out of that danger zone.
And they do move those chains. Nice job. First down, Fremont. Fremont Chiropractic. Get the special consultation, first consultation and first visit deal for only $21. Open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays in Fremont at 119 East Toledo. See Dr. Temple. Schedule your appointment tonight at 260-527-0370.
So here we go. Fremont's back in business. Going to make something happen here.
Pika throws and complete. And it will be a short gain for Fremont. 2nd down coming up. Taking a look at some of the college football games, John, we got coming up tomorrow. Michigan on the road at Indiana. That, I don't know. That's going to be a tight one. What do you think?
That's at your alma mater.
That's right.
So, and your daughter's, soon to be alma mater.
Absolutely.
But Michigan's got a 22-point spread. But here's my thing, folks. I'm a diehard Blue fan, but Indiana always plays Michigan tough.
Always.
You've seen the triple overtimes.
Yeah.
Going back to the Denard days, shoelace.
Shoelace.
We were at that game.
That's right. Throw and complete, close to a first down. He may be just short, so it'll be 3rd and maybe 1, maybe 2 coming up here. Great catch by Brogan Blue. But yeah, we went there years ago. We did see that game, and I think it was something like 51-48 or something crazy like that.
Always seems to be a shootout when these two teams play. But my wife let me know tonight, because I was saying I'm worried about the game tomorrow because I'm going to be gone for part of it. She let me know this is a different Michigan team. She goes, this isn't the old Michigan team.
That's true.
So
That's true.
It'll be real interesting to see if JJ gets hot and starts making some crazy plays.
You never know. For 3rd and 1. Pika in some trouble, and he will take a loss on the play. It'll bring up 4th down for Fremont here, and we're in go time territory.
Yeah,
You're not doing anything else
right.
at this point. 4th and 6 coming up now. That game, by the way, Michigan at IU, that's a noon start on CBS, another noon start on the Big Ten Network. Boiler up, Purdue at Maryland. That'll be a tough one for the Boilers as Maryland 4-1 this year.
Maryland's for real. Their offense looks amazing. I really think if they had a decent defense, they'd be major contenders.
It'll be an interesting game over there in College Park. The kick, and we'll go across the 50, across the 45, across the 40, die at the 39-yard line. So Prairie Heights will take over with 31 left in this ball game. Eastern Michigan and Western Michigan will tangle over in Kalamazoo at Waldo Stadium for another noon attraction, CBS Sports Network. That's always a great rivalry game. Buffalo at Bowling Green, noon on ESPN+. Ball State at Central Michigan. Now, Central's had a rough go of it, 1-4 start. It's a 3:30 kickoff on ESPN+, but I think they're going to get the Cardinals' number. I think they're going to win that one.
It's homecoming, and I think Coach Thomas will actually be there tomorrow. So they'll win it for Coach Thomas.
Amen to that. 1st and 10 play. Wait patiently. Oh, but this time Kyle is wrestled down. Big tackle. Jackson Foster. Nice job. Foster, sophomore, defensive lineman. Great job on the play.
He gets an attaboy for that one.
Love that. 2nd and 12 coming up. TOL, EDO. They're at Northern Illinois, at 3:30 on ESPN+.
The Sukis?
No, that's Southern Illinois.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Northern Illinois is the Huskies, I believe.
The Huskies.
I believe so, yeah. All right, and then number 3, Ohio State at Michigan State in East Lansing, 4 p.m. national coverage on ABC. I think the Buckeyes are going to win that one.
Yeah, it's going to be a blowout between two of the least favorite teams in America.
Ball! Oh,
He
but
fumbled it.
Prairie Heights recovers it.
Two of the most despised teams in America will beat each other. But Ohio State will run away with it.
I agree with that. Trine came up short last week at homecoming. They're still 4-1, but it doesn't get easy. Just down the road, another 4-1 team. That's a 5 p.m. kickoff, and if you want to watch that, that's on Adrian College TV on the YouTube.
We even got one of the Trine coaches right here in the stands.
That's right. We do. Amen to that. So we're rooting for those Thunder. And then a big prime time game tomorrow night. Number 16 BYU in South Bend facing the Irish. That's a 7:30 kick on.
There you go.
Oh, now is that a flag? I believe that's a flag. It is a grounding penalty, as he was outside the tackle box, or inside the tackle box, excuse me. So fans were upset at first because they didn't realize. They thought it was a roughing the passer, but that's not what it was at all. It was He did not get out of the tackle box, and so that'll be a loss of down and a yardage penalty for that. So it brings up 4th and very long here.
How about your Irish this year?
My Irish, I'm a Purdue and Hoosier fan. Let's just say.
Are you really?
But you know what? I was born and raised in South Bend. I remember being a kid looking out my bedroom window and I can see the Golden Dome. That's how awesome it was. It's a great spot, a beautiful campus, that's for sure. You can't deny it.
I got to go to one of the games and watch one of their biggest losses on their home field, so it was awesome. Michigan. I was there for the Michigan game when they had one of their worst losses in the history of the stadium, so it definitely was a beautiful place to see.
Oh boy, it's getting deep in here. It's getting deep, folks. First down, 1st and 10 at the 44 for Fremont coming up. Last night, I'll tell you what, talk about horrific. Indianapolis apparently didn't want to lose the least because they won 12-9, all field goals. It reminded me, I mentioned this on social media, it reminded me of Bud Carson or Sam Weish back in the day, the Bengals and Browns, like those 6-3 games, just brutal.
Yeah, it's a good thing that game was on Prime because it was rough. It was one of the roughest NFL games I've ever seen. I didn't watch it all. I watched the highlights, but
there wasn't any
highlights.
There was nothing prime about it. It was what you saw there, that's for sure. And it's amazing because the Lions can't even get a primetime game this year. Every game this year, a 1 o'clock start, other than Thanksgiving, which is 12:30.
And let's just say this. The Lions are putting score up, baby. They're putting points on the board. 45 points, lose the game, but you're watching games like last night where, what is it, 9 to...
Yeah, I know.
It's whatever.
Nobody wants to see that.
Overtime?
Nobody ain't got time for that.
No, I want to see scoring.
Big throw, wide open, and caught!
Got it.
Oh, what a catch by Brogan Blue! But Fremont's got to get to the line of scrimmage quick if they're going to put some points on the board. 91 seconds remain. Ball at the 18-yard line.
Determination to bring that ball down because he had the defender all over it, and it was just going to be who wants it more, and he was able to come up with that. Awesome.
All right, so Fremont in the red zone now. Let's see if they can get something moving here. Throw to the corner, and it's picked off, and he's heading down the sideline, the 30. The 40 finally knocked down at the 38-yard line, and that is most likely the nail in the coffin for Fremont. Man, I got to give him props for the try. It was a great try, great effort, just intercepted there. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, first time we had a Fremont player down there, but he's up and heading to the sideline there. But that's, as a player, that's just frustrating.
I agree. I mean, you're trying everything. Just had a great play, trying to hit the corner and just can't quite get it there. And I believe Prairie Heights is a couple knees away from ending this ball game. Rough go for the Fremont Eagles here as we continue on. Sunday NFL action, the Chargers at the Browns, 1 p.m., Detroit at New England, 1 p.m., and the Vikings, 1 p.m.
And let's say it's about the Lions. They put those points up without St. Brown and Swift.
That's true.
And you got your top safety out, too. So, I mean, it's like...
Yeah. Fremont has the number 1 scoring offense in all of the NFL. Why wouldn't you put them on prime time, baby? Let's go.
Nice tackle.
And gain of about 3. Prairie Heights only needs to run 1 more play, I believe, maybe 2. Yeah, they're going to have to run at least 2 more plays here. Let's talk a little Major League Baseball here. Finals from earlier. The Guardians defeat the Tampa Bay Rays to take a 1-0 lead in the wild card in the AL. The other AL wild card from earlier, the Mariners on the road beat the Toronto Blue Jays 4-0. And in the NL, the Phillies take a 6-3 win over the Cardinals on the road. And currently, the Padres lead the Mets 3-0 in the middle of the 4th in the other NL wild card. Cut back. First down and more, finally tackled at the 45, and that will do it. John, it's a rough night for the Fremont Eagles. They had a great chance at it, just came up short yet again.
Well, the positive you take away from this is what happened right off the bat is that you went down, marched down the field. You know you can score now. You know this offense can get rolling. Now it's just getting it going for 4 quarters.
And so this... I don't think they're going to, they don't have to call a play. I believe this will be it. And that will be the final as the Prairie Heights Panthers come into Max Mitchell Sports Complex and get the W and win the Steuben County World Heavyweight Championship belt of tackle football. The final score, 25-6. John, I appreciate you coming up here, my man, to join for the broadcast.
I had a great time, and as always, this is the most electrifying broadcast in all of high school football today.
All right, folks, we'll sign off here. Just want to remind everybody, programming note, Fremont will be at Lake Station next Friday. That game will not be broadcast on Fremont Eagles Network. If a local affiliate carries that, we will get that link to you. Check Fremont Eagles Network on Facebook for that information. The final score one more time, Prairie Heights wins, dag-nabbit, 25-6. You're watching Fremont Eagles football on the Fremont Eagles Network. Have a great night, everybody.
All right, brother. It was awesome. I got to